What's good, everybody? Your boy Dexter Henry here. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Another New York Got Game live watch party. I'm joined by Bryan Fonseca as always, and good friend of mine, good guest is here. I'm calling her the closer today because
it's a lot
the
of
last
pressure,
time
Dex.
she was in this seat, you're a Yankees fan. You love Mariano Rivera.
Fair enough,
I'm calling
yeah.
you the Mariano Rivera of watch parties.
It's not less pressure.
It's not less pressure. You're used to the pressure.
Well, that's right.
Mariano Rivera generally came through when there was pressure. Bryan would say there's no pressure in this game. For the Knicks up 3-0.
Yeah,
Kavitha last time was here was the Game 6 against the Celtics.
Mm-hmm. Last year.
No. Pistons.
Was it Pistons? I thought it was
Yes,
Celtics.
Pistons.
Okay,
No,
it was
you're right.
Pistons.
Yeah,
You're right.
Pistons.
Okay,
Right.
thank you.
It was Pistons. Shout out to everybody, first of all, in the chat, watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Kavitha, good to have you here, my good friend. How are
Thank you. I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm good.
You guys been enjoying this entire run from these wonderful seats?
It's comfortable.
It is comfortable.
It's been comfortable in the last month. It's been stress-free for most people.
It's been a shock.
Haven't
to
lost
the system.
since April 23rd?
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy is the word. Stunning, shocking, also just kind of hilarious. You know what I mean? Like, just you see these runs from these teams, and this is a better version of that. But like Pacers last year, Heat in 2023, where like it just all comes together in the postseason. Giants fans have seen this in with the year that they beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Which one? Both of them. Like you just kind of get this happen. It's for this to happen to the Knicks, who this never happened to. Like, that's the different piece of it. And now we've gone from like, hey, this is a cool story to, hey, they can kind of actually win a championship. Like, I'm at the point where I'd be disappointed if they didn't at least push the finals to 6. And I think they can win it, to be clear. But if you go out in 4 or 5 in the finals, that's where I'm like, oh, that sucks.
Right.
That you just kind of flatline there. Like, I expect them now to push whomever comes out of the West to 6 or 7 games.
Well, it's funny how much that conversation has changed from the beginning of these playoffs and maybe the beginning of this round even, right?
Yeah.
Because when it was Spurs OKC in the final, I think Malika made this point today on NBA Today. It was, the Western Conference Finals, that's the real NBA Finals, because whoever comes out of the East, that's going to be the champion. I don't think you can't say that so easily if the Knicks continue to play like this.
I 100% agree. And I think it's disrespectful to how well the Knicks have played. Like, now, you can say that you're surprised. Well, I said after the last game, you can't be surprised anymore. You could say you were surprised through this process. But now, they've done this for 10 straight games. This is their longest winning streak since 2013, postseason or regular season. They have the largest
Point
point
differential
through 10 games in the postseason by any team ever. Right? Ever.
Yeah.
Like, this is just like, what are we talking about?
The way that we're winning these games is a little silly. And it's also funny because, if you think about how the narrative has changed and fluctuated throughout the whole season, right?
Yeah.
You can say things like, our biggest strength has been our depth, and at times our biggest weakness has been their bench, right? And now it's like Bryan said, it's all just coming together.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And sorry, I did not introduce Kavitha properly to the people. Fellow sports journalist. You've seen her work many different places. HBO Real Sports, previously wrote for ESPN, The Athletic, a bunch of places. She hosts a podcast now with Sportly, which is absolutely fantastic. Everybody should check that out. But I did not introduce you properly.
Appreciate it.
In here. I see a lot of people here in the chat and commenting about the heavy police presence in New York. Yes, they are all around the watch party, which is literally just blocks down the street from us here in Midtown.
They're everywhere.
At Rockefeller Center.
I will say I got out of the train to come here and did not encounter cops because we're about 3 blocks away from where Radio City is. But it is, our friend Jen Williams posted some videos of how heavy the police presence is right now.
Yeah, shout out to Jen. Shout out to Jen, doing great work.
Would not want to be doing that right now.
No. Jen might have a long night out there at the watch party, have to do some live shots.
And look, I walked over here from a few blocks away. I mean, that's not where I stayed. I took the train, obviously. But like when I got off the train, every block had several cops, and also a bunch of people in Knicks uniforms, Knicks jerseys, not whole uniforms. Although one person did have the shorts. I've never seen, in growing up in this city, I've never seen this many Knicks jerseys like just out. Like it's different. It wasn't like this last year. You saw it last year. You saw it at other points. Like maybe during the Melo 54 win team. This is different. And you never saw this combination of Knicks fans and cops on the same blocks over and over and over again. Like the police is ready. Don't know if that'll be like a great thing coming from this.
Well,
it kind of
I
depends
did-
on how shit goes.
You know,
but-
I think you and I share similar feelings about heavy police presence in crowds in New York. I did text Jen, just one to see if there were any streets closed and everything. And what she said was the purpose of this many cops isn't necessarily the crowd control. Obviously, that's a part of it. But it's to make sure traffic keeps flowing so that they
Good
didn't
luck.
have to change any of those streets. Now, good luck
Good
with
luck.
that.
It's Memorial Day.
That feels
not Memorial Day
aspirational.
weekend. Memorial Day.
Now, Memorial Day late, you generally get some of the traffic with people coming back in the city. Today, I rode in and it was smooth. I got here from my place very quickly, but that can change later if people are starting to come
but
back
after
in the
the
city.
game,
And after
Right.
the game,
You know what I mean?
it could be
6th Avenue after the game?
Yeah.
Please.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Now, my question for you, because you are somebody who's sitting here as a Yankee fan and a Knicks fan, and I'm sorry to bring this up, but I think we're all feel confident here. You know, probably know where I'm going with this. We're all confident here, but they're up 3-0. 3-0 is a different word. You feel differently about 3-0 than I do. Two Mets fans sitting here.
I'm traumatized for sure.
I understand. Does that trauma carry over here at all? Or you're like, look, they're going to get this done tonight.
Okay, the general 3-0 trauma absolutely does. Let's go. Does carry over.
Yep, we're underway.
I think just Knicks trauma carries over more than 3-0 trauma does. So I would like to just get this done. We had a couple people on Twitter in the comments saying let's get this done at home in Game 5. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I forgot one of my followers who was tweeting at me, and I was going back and forth with her, but she was making the point like, "Oh, we'll be fine if we get home in Game 5." And the point I made to her was like, "Look, get this done tonight, right?
Fresh legs.
Get as much rest as you can for the next series. Good cut." Oh, Josh Hart should have went up with that.
I might get this done tonight if they lose this game. Like this is just. I'm going into this game like Cleveland showed me something.
Right.
Like make this interesting.
Right.
Because the last game I wrote you off when you were down 9 in the third quarter, and I had no reason to regret that.
Right.
They've given me like no reason to regret that at all. So.
Kel Bridges
And
missed a minute.
even now, like Cleveland's off to this good start, whatever. And I'm just kind of like, look, I saw game 1. Like you haven't earned from me any like fear that you're going to win this game or whatever, and actually push this. Like, I bet Knicks minus 9.5. I bet Knicks minus 14.5.
Wow.
Like I was just like, we'll see what happens. But if Cleveland ends up winning this game, by the way, I'll just run that back for game 5.
Sure.
At this point. And I also have Mikal Bridges to get 15 and 18.
Mikal Bridges, I think he's shooting 63% from the field in these
Insane.
playoffs. It's just crazy.
After he was terrible for 3 games. But see this right here, the Cavs get up to 5. This is where Bryan's talking about. They get up to 5-2 start. I guess 5-2. Like,
Right.
so I'm not going
Yeah.
crazy here. But would it shock you if the Knicks went on a 10-0 run right now?
No.
No, wouldn't shock me.
It wouldn't
at
shock
all.
me if the Cavs are up 15 at halftime and end up blowing the game in the fourth quarter. Like they have to earn it. Like after game 1, we've seen series like this before. I remember when the Bucks played the Heat in 2021. The Bucks played the Heat in 2021. That first game, it was a 3 versus a 6 seed. First game, it was in the first round. It went to like overtime. It was a terrible game. But Milwaukee ended up winning. They stole it at the end from Miami, and then every other game was just one-sided, and Milwaukee just swept them, and they ended up winning the title that year, actually.
Right.
Like, this series kind of reminds me of, like, hey, if Cleveland won that first game,
Nice.
trajectory of the series maybe could have changed because, you know, you'd be down 2-1 instead, maybe.
Sure.
Maybe you could have gotten the last game. You had some confidence, but
Well,
they have to earn it from me.
Well, here's the thing. You gotta remember, guys. Kenny Atkinson said analytically they've won 2 out of 3.
Yeah, the moral victories, Kenny. Listen, I understand he's trying to
I understand what he's trying to do.
No, I get
You
what
can't
he's
say-
trying to find a way to tell his players there's still hope.
I don't think
which
it's
there
that.
always is.
I don't think.
Really?
I think legitimately what it is he's talking about like, hey, what they like what they got.
Pass.
Oh,
Excellent pass.
to that tip.
Jesus
That was
Christ.
ridiculous.
And
They like what they got in terms of shot attempts that just didn't go in. I think that's
Sure.
what he's talking about, like the way they played and the shots
He's
that they
not
got.
necessarily wrong
they
too,
didn't
because I
miss.
will say one thing, and this is the traumatized Knicks fan coming out. Even as we've dominated these last 3 games,
Yeah.
the last 2, the one thing that I will continually point to during a game is that they're just not shooting particularly well. Now, part of that is
Right.
because of defense, but you also can't expect this Cleveland team or either of these teams in the West to shoot 33% in the first half.
No. Well, I'm not.
And they keep missing open threes, to your point.
Right.
I'm not totally pushing back on you on that, but what I will say is I think part of what Kenny Ack is saying is what you're saying, right? And what Bryan's saying, too, that they've had some good shots. See, but you can't have stuff like this, right? It's not just about shot making. That's a fine foul. Please do not say it's a flagrant. I sometimes just want to be like, we can be okay with that. It's a good playoff foul. But part of, I think, the equation when we look at this, too, has to be fatigue. And the fatigue is here because Cleveland has also played with their food in the way the Knicks haven't. Right? They blew, what was that, Game 4 against the
Toronto.
Raptors, right? Where they should have won. They didn't close out Game 6 against the Pistons. That's why they're a little tired. Now,
they played 4 full games more than the Knicks have.
Right.
Right.
The Knicks, their offense is humming, and they are making them work defensively, and they're tired, so you're going to have some of the stuff. The problem for me with what Kenny Atkins said is, ain't nobody trying to hear about expected shots.
Exactly.
He shouldn't be saying that out loud.
Right.
Like, tell it to your team.
Right.
Be like, yo, the looks we're getting.
I understood what he was saying.
Right.
I understand. I can take something with nuance, but he can't.
He can't say that in public because people aren't.
People are already looking for a reason to razz on analytics people.
Right,
and I'm
exactly.
not an anti-analytics person, but when your team is not just down 3-0 but has been beaten in the way that they have, you can't say that stuff publicly.
You just can't.
And one of the losses
you can't trust the public
to
be
the 22-point lead.
Right, you can't trust the public to be responsible with that.
Right.
I don't care what point you're trying to make. Good pass. Good block. Good block, Cat.
Wow. That's money.
If McCall's feeling that, I
thought he was.
I
thought he was getting that too. Actually, look, Cleveland came out really strong, and they're already down 1. I don't know, man.
Yeah, see, that's Bryan. I know they hit this 3, and now they're up 2. But Bryan, that's a good point for me when I look at this. Like Cleveland came out strong, but the Knicks responded, and it's like I don't have any faith. What'd you say? Show me something. They have to show me something.
Beat the respect out of me, Cleveland.
I think the Knicks weathering this storm is great for them because they're right in there after Cleveland got out to a what was it 7-2 8-2 start.
Good pass.
Listen,
they have an answer for everything.
That's really the thing here is that
you hear the Knicks fans.
Yeah, you hear the Knicks fans. How's everybody feeling in the chat? Let us know how you feel. The Knicks sweeping tonight or not? What was your prediction for tonight? You said it's doing a sweep?
I think we're going to sweep here.
There you go.
For sure. But we also do know that there is a huge presence of Knicks fans in there. Shout out to our friend Doug Burns, Doug Lust.
He's out there. That's
he
right.
Is out there with the crew, with a bunch of influencers.
Mills out there too.
Stephon Marbury
Mills
and
out
Mero
there. I saw that. Kaz is out there. It's a lot of friends of the program were out there. I see. They went out there for their business trip. So
they love their team.
We'll see. Hopefully, Doug.
Would you? You said you would have gone out there if you weren't doing this.
Somebody I know, a friend of mine.
Like if you weren't covering it and you weren't doing it, you would have gone out there. Like not with a media pass, just as a fan.
Yeah, it'd have been cool because it's like when would I get to see him on the road, clinch a playoff series?
Kavitha, you would have gone out there too.
I might have gone out there had I not gone to Game 1 at the Garden.
Kavitha's saying, Kavitha's like, I don't got that much fun.
Really, right? I gotta save my money, but also it just cannot get. I know it would be a clinching game. It just kind of can't get better than that game.
Yeah. I think what I've never, because I was telling Bryan's never gone on the road as a fan to a game. We were talking about this last time, and I'm like, I've never done it. Have I done a road postseason game? No, I haven't done that. So that would be fun.
I've never done it as a fan. We almost went to Philly for the semis this year, but then we ended up getting literally at 4 p.m. before 7 p.m. tip. We ended up finding a crazy deal for tickets. So
I was too tight of a window.
Yeah, like I've never thought to like, hey, let me go see the Mets in even like Yankee Stadium. Assuming I've
done that a couple of times.
Assuming I remain a Met fan.
Well, the last time I did that,
that's also not going to be cheaper though.
Yeah, you're not saving money.
You're not saving money going to Yankee Stadium.
Or Philly, DC,
yeah.
Miami.
I've done both. Yeah. Philly, DC. I just haven't done Miami.
Yeah,
I haven't done Atlanta.
I'm not that kind of,
When was the last time you were in Philly for a?
Great. A lot of my road trips for the Mets have been amazing games. Amazing games. The last one I was in was 2023, May 5th or 6th. Can't remember the date. Mets come back from 6 runs down in the 9th inning, beat Philly.
Nice.
Amazing game.
It's a good look again.
Well, there's those expected shots that should have gone. Look at the pass. See, this is why.
It's unbelievable that Cleveland can't knock these down.
This is how you know. Kenny Atkinson calls the first time out here. Kenny Atkinson is called the first time out. Mike Brown's not worried. That's like, this is weird for me too, for everybody, because Bryan's been saying it. I got to give him credit. I'm not surprised by how this team's playing. I'm watching them with actually a level of confidence, but it is weird to be this relaxed. It's weird to be this relaxed.
Because you saw the entire season.
That's right. That's right.
And the first 3 games of the Hawks series.
I didn't just come in the middle of the movie. I understand what's going on.
Right, yeah.
Like January wasn't that long ago when everything was in panic mode. And
I was there for the MLK Day.
You know?
I was going to say massacre, not a good term to put MLK Day. I was there for the disaster that we saw.
There were not great games in March also. You know what I mean? Like
But I remember us sitting and doing a show, and we were like, yeah, they're bored. We weren't, this is the, dog days of the season. I'm not going crazy over that.
I remember saying something to the effect of, like, I don't think they should just be this relaxed during the regular season, but I also, like, these dudes, you're fucking traveling and landing at places at 4 a.m., you're sleep deprived, you're eating at weird times. You're in game 56, you're in a city you don't really want to be in. Like, this shit is hard. Yeah. It's hard to do this, quite frankly. Like, it's hard to do what Cleveland's doing also.
Right.
Having been in multiple 7-game series, and it's like every other day.
That's a great point.
And then for the Knicks, it's hard to just keep being this consistent when you haven't been the entire season like this.
No, no one's had a 10-game stretch like this ever in the playoffs, but we haven't had a 10-game stretch like this in the regular season,
Or since 13?
Right.
And
I'm sure the point differential wasn't this.
No, it wasn't this.
It
wasn't, because nobody's done this point differential before in 10 games. And I think you or anybody else would have said, hey, if they're going to do this and do it, I'd rather be in the postseason.
Yeah, this is the time for things to start gelling.
You would think this would be the hardest time to do it, but
because you're playing better defenses, you're playing teams that can scout you.
I don't know if you're pplaying better defenses, given.
well, my point is
theoretically, yes.
My point is, there's no Sacramento, there's no Brooklyn Knicks.
Right? Yeah.
These defenses are better.
Also, teams Sacramento that we couldn't beat in the regular season for some reason.
Right.
I forgot about those losses.
Yeah. This whole thing is just like, look. If you get it done today, you'll enter the finals with a rest advantage. Although it won't be a team coming off having just played the other day. Like, even whoever gets to the finals, they're going to have
at least 4 days, I believe.
Right. It's 4 days. It's 3 days of rest in between. If it goes 7, if it goes 6, like if OKC or San Antonio just wins these next 2, they're going to get close to a week. Right. So the rest advantage isn't going to be like that much of a difference, I don't think.
I'll take any advantage.
But if you're the Knicks, like, if you can get 9 days again between today and the next game, then you would take it.
To play an extremely young OKC team or an almost as young San Antonio team,
And that you will have to, not a long travel, but you will have to travel for games 1 and 2 to go and see. I'm like, you take the extra day. That's why I'm like, don't play with your food today.
Right.
That's what,
right.
Like, oh, yeah.
You want to get out healthy.
Sure. Will they win in the garden and will be a garden party? Yeah, I think they could. But, like, no. Don't give Cleveland any hope.
That's not the party we're looking for.
No. Take care of your business. Because I think it will just speak more to what this team has done throughout the whole thing, where they haven't played with their food. Outside of the games 2 and 3 in Atlanta, they have not played with their food. They've come to handle business.
Game 1 against Cleveland, too, up until then.
Right. Well, you definitely saw a lot of
They did their homework
in
study hall the period before. You know what I mean? Like,
they did. They were rusty, so I look at that one a little bit differently. But, but in the end of the day, they did what they were supposed to do. Now, they were aided by Cleveland, but...
They were aided.
They were aided by James Harden.
Yeah, Cleveland really should have won that game.
Well, and that was Kenny Atkinson saying the shit about the analytics. He said the same shit about the analytics behind Harden's defense after game 1.
Which is like we all have eyes.
Like we were there.
Yeah, we know.
Move it.
Yeah.
Move it.
Too much ISO. Come on.
That's doing too much there.
That's the Thibodeau shit, Jalen.
Don't get back into those habits.
Well, another crazy thing about
any defense you'll see in the finals, they're going to try to force these habits to come back.
Oh, yeah.
You were saying...
But one of the crazier things about how we've been winning these games is we actually aren't shooting well from 3. Like, at all.
as this
In
goes
this
in.
series-
As this goes in, I will very happily be
As soon as
proven
I left
wrong
his
with
hand, I knew it
everything
was
that I
good.
say
Yeah,
negative.
in this series they're 35-36, which is not terrible.
Right. I think
it's all right.
Jalen's
It's
like
fine.
3
It's
for
respectable.
17 going into this game
But
or
it's
something like that.
still a lot better than Cleveland.
Right, that's really the thing.
Look.
Let's go.
This is how you know they're just beating the team every way. Which way? They're getting out.
Transition points. I think the stat from game 3 was 16-2 transition points, which is not our game at all.
No. But they'll get this. But the thing with Cleveland is there's, and I said this as a key coming into the series, they're so liable to turnovers that look.
Just again, right?
It's
Oh my
over. It's
God.
over because look, they're just running on them. It doesn't even matter.
Unlocking Cat's passing in that Philly series, though, whew.
Cleveland's help defense.
Look at the Knicks defense here.
Yeah.
It's still gonna be a foul on OG, but look how locked in they are.
No,
Oh,
No,
no,
OG.
don't. Let's be smart.
Let's be smart.
I know Max Strus. I know people think he's not what he appears to be, but he'll fight.
I'm still traumatized by Max Strus from that Heat series. So
yeah. A lot of Knicks fans feel that way.
They do.
Is he like they have the respect for him, or they're traumatized by him?
I was in a group with people of all Knicks. You know, I welcome the bandwagoners, I welcome the newer fans, I welcome the people who have come back after years of heartbreak, and I also obviously welcome the people who have been there the whole time. And the animosity I was having with a couple of whiskey shots in me toward Max Strus, people were like, why? And I had to explain to them about Game 6 of that Heat series.
Yeah.
Why did OG get mad at that?
I don't know.
You see that? Like
I think it was from the play before when he had 3 players around him. He had that tip that he had that alley-oop almost, and I think someone caught him, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it was layover from that.
Yeah, like he fell and Max was trying to get him off of him, and
Right.
OG got tight. But that just shows me more than anything else, the Knicks just have an edge that Cleveland doesn't for this game.
Wade didn't even look at the basket there.
He doesn't want to shoot. He'll take this. Cat. Yeah, show us the slow motion though.
I
'cause
know, right?
Every time they show the slow motion, I'm like,
It's gonna look like a flop.
flop counter. Show him the money. Says flop number 1.
I agree. Show him the money. I need to see the replay. I'd like to see that on that. Maybe it wasn't a flop. Maybe he did get hit on the hand, but it looked like.
I want to see if it was a foul. Period. Although it looked like it. Looked like he just got his hand.
Kavitha, when you were here last time, I remember one of the big things that you talked about was Tom Thibodeau, and that he wasn't malleable enough. That was the word you used.
That is actually, yes, I do. And I think I also said, without knowing that he was fighting for his job.
We had no idea. Did you like the change?
I did not at the time.
Huh.
And the reason, and I understood why they did it, the reason I didn't like it at the time was because I thought that they had traded and drafted specifically for a Thibodeau system. Now, clearly that was wrong. But no, ask the question that I think you're going to ask about the malleable, because...
Well, no. I wondered, the first part was like, did you like the move to go to Mike Brown? So you didn't at the time. But have you liked how Mike Brown has coached, and have you found him to be more malleable than Tom Thibodeau?
I mean, he's absolutely been more malleable than Tom Thibodeau. He's got more than 9 men playing significant minutes in any game. But, and listen, we are Knicks fans. We are reactionary. After Game 3 against the Hawks, there were lots of calls to fire Mike Brown, not just because of the Game 2 not using the use it or lose it timeout, but
that
also
that was the most egregious thing to me in that game.
But it's funny because, and I was one of these people, and I think I was not wrong to criticize certain lineup
Where
shifts.
Brunson and Towns, no
Brunson and no
not either
Towns,
one of
right?
them
Exactly. And when the splits of when either of them are on the floor is just so stark, right? But one of the things that has been wonderful to see is these little adjustments he's been able to make with the lineup. He's got, a 2 big out there with Mitch and Cat. Sometimes he's got the 3 when you got Mitch, Cat, and OG, which is wonderful. But then, one of the things about blowing these teams out that has given Mike Brown a lot of freedom is that he's had minutes to play these bench players significantly, not just in like garbage time at the end of the game, but to actually find their shot. So now you've got Landry Shamet, who's like 5 for 7 from 3, and you've got Deuce making shots when it matters. Jordan Clarkson running an offense when he's on the floor. So,
I think that's all good points too. And even in the game one, him going with Shamet over Hart in that game, he's just had a good pulse on the team. Yeah, that was a good charge taken.
Well, and how hot McCall has been. Game two, was it game two? I think when he's just at the end of the bench, looking like he's just like kind of checked out and frustrated and all that. Whatever Mike Brown has been adjusting has been working in the last two series. So,
I like it. I think the Knicks needed that. They definitely needed that. So, yeah, we'll see. Kitten Face, no flop counter. Sorry, we don't have the flop counter going today. We do not have a full staff to have that, so we'll have to count. I'm going with one on that Harden flop. Here's Deuce.
Let's go.
Man, the Knicks are just humming so good offensively. I don't even know what to say anymore. The offense is really good, man. Like, it's really good.
Sam Merrill finally makes a three.
Finally.
Jesus Christ.
That's a great
Let's
pass.
go.
I mean, what is this defense? Evan Mobley won Defensive Player of the Year, really?
Mm-hmm. You see how salty everyone was that OG was second team
It was
all defense instead
Overly
of first.
salty, I think.
a lot of people were. I didn't have a huge problem with it.
I think a lot of people, the person who got snubbed from the first team was Scotty Barnes.
Yeah.
But I don't think a lot of people watched the Raptors.
Yeah, and I think that's what. See, and I wouldn't have had a problem. Scotty Barnes was on the first team, and I thought it was going to be. I thought OG had a shot at the first team. Maybe I'm a little surprised at how low his vote totals were. I thought he'd be in like the top 6 or 7 in terms of vote totals.
Do you think it was missed time?
That jump.
He like barely. No. OG because
Yes,
he
time
played.
did he miss?
Yes.
Was-
Oh,
He missed
sorry.
15.
I said that he missed time to jump.
No,
But no.
he missed 15 games.
Yes, I
Look,
do.
all the Knicks have scored 36 points in what, 8 minutes?
After they scored 37 in the
7
last
minutes?
first quarter.
Yeah, but they didn't score the first minute or two of this game, minute and a half.
Yeah, they
This,
were.
this is what I'm saying. I'm just watching Cleveland and I'm like, yo,
There's no resistance
show me
from
something.
Cleveland. Right.
Because I mean, everything they do, even well, there's an answer for it. And then like this, there's like no rim protection. It's like, yeah, cool. The alley-oop is free. Evan Mobley's not protecting the paint with intent. They're just walking into wide open 3-point shots. They're being able to pull up from the top of the key.
It feels like they're trying to hope that eventually the fact that they haven't been hitting threes is the thing that's going to push them over.
Right.
'cause-
Yeah, It does feel like that. We have a super chat here. Show him the money. It says, since my comment was removed. Sorry, I don't know which comment that was for you. He says, F Tish. She should focus that energy on her cousin Steve Tish. And F the NYPD. Let's go, Knicks.
Oh my God.
That was worth however much you paid for that
We
comment.
appreciate it. I don't know why your comment was removed. That had nothing to do with me. Hey,
But
man.
I kind of respect, yo, I'm going to pay, so you have to look at
You
this
have to read this.
I'm going to read this. Shout out to Justin O. Garcia, 3705. Great job, guys. Love the watch show. Thank you. Appreciate y'all watching with us. Along with us, Kavitha Davidson, fantastic sports journalist, with us here.
Always fun to do
Big-time
this
Knicks
with you
fan.
guys.
This is her second time. She's 1-0. She's not looking to go home today a loser, but
Nope.
she's not a loser, so I'm not saying that. She's a winner always in my book. And Bryan is unbothered by anything the Cavs does. Bryan is just completely unbothered right now.
I've never, ever watched a Knick game or a Knick team where I'm just like, they got it.
Yeah,
Never.
this is how I feel.
Never.
Yeah.
Even when they were good with Melo, J.R. Smith was the second option, to be fair. Going into that Celtics series, the Pacers series, the series after, I know they lost, but I didn't go to any. I was watching just objectively, just watching those games. They're probably going to struggle. The Pacers are good, and all these different things. I go into this especially after game one, because after game one, I was like, the Cavs are done. Now, I didn't think they'd sweep necessarily, but I was like,
even then I didn't
any
think
chance?
that. But I thought they were done.
Yeah, any chance they had to win the series died in game one. And
Just
now,
because of the gut punch.
right, and now after seeing just these last couple, I went into today they got it.
You know what's crazy? And I was thinking about this earlier today. You think about how the Knicks lost game one to the Pacers last year, and that was a gut punch. But at least even
But
in
it
that
was
series,
exactly that kind of bounce, right?
I
Those
know.
exact demons,
I
Landry
know.
Shamet exercising from that Halliburton
I said
shot.
it when the shot went in. I said the reverse Halliburton is exactly what I yelled after that shot went in.
I have the video from inside. Well, I didn't get to take it, but shout out to Justin, who actually took the video from our seats of that Shamet shot.
Glad
And
he has
you can hear the gasp, you can hear the letdown. It was like bedlam.
Like,
And
if they win, it's an iconic shot.
Yeah.
Well,
Iconic. If they get to the finals, it's an iconic shot.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not even the biggest three he hit in that game. But
right.
You're right about that.
And the thing with that shot, though, is why it's different to me is because, like, and this is why our reaction to it, I'm just kind of sitting there, just watching the game because I'm like, because Dex is like, he's celebrating, and I'm like, they have the ball.
Right.
Like Cleveland has a chance to win it right now.
I think
And they got a good look, and Sam Merrill's three in it, like really in and out.
it was, but
Like,
I think
so that's why I'm like,
I just thought it was-
and they still had overtime after.
I just thought it was crazy that
Whereas
they
with
hit it.
Halliburton, it looked like the game was over. Then he had his
over.
foot on the line, and the Knicks had overtime and blew it.
Right.
Like they still had a chance to win that game.
But my
and
point
blew it.
overall was the Knicks in that series still fought back. They showed you fight. They got it to 6 games.
sure.
The Pacers series, yeah,
The Pacers series I'm talking about. The Cavs look like they're done.
Yeah.
yeah.
Where's the
Well,
fight?
that Jared Allen in the post, right? Like just
My
like
God.
I think multiple people have been like the batteries in the controller ran out. Like
Yeah. Look at they 38 points in the first quarter.
It's a
again.
12-point game.
and holding this team to
And
26.
Cleveland's
in the
not even.
first.
Cleveland's like they've played worse.
What are they shooting actually?
Good. Let me tell you right now.
Cleveland's played worse, but this is
Cleveland is shooting 39%, 31% from three.
9 for 23.
It's the first Knicks team that has ever smelt blood and actually like closes
Yeah.
the
Actually,
system.
they've
Has that
actually been
killer.
sharks. They've
Yeah.
actually been sharks in the
Yeah,
water.
last year they were not. It was not like this. Like the entire Pistons series was a series of dogfights, and the Cavs they had them on the not the Cavs, the Celtics they had them on the ropes and got blown out in Game 5 before closing it in Game 6, and then we know the Pacers series will happen.
Look at this defense from Landry.
Yeah.
Like the Knicks are locked in on both sides. This is a 12-point. What did they start? They hit their first. What are they up? 7-2.
5-2, 5-0.
7-2 at some point. Yeah.
You can't say this is just like. This is why nobody wants to hear expected stats. I don't want to hear expected. The Knicks are moving the ball,
Pythagorean.
and the Knicks are getting beautiful shots, and they're hitting them. The Knicks are moving the ball. They are streaking down the court.
Moving
They-
like the pace that we're playing at right now,
Yeah.
and like Bryan was saying, I'm not even worried down 7-2, whatever, 10-3, anything, because it's not just the runs that we're going on. We're going on these runs within minutes. We're just
Yeah.
rattling off points. It's happening so fast.
It's like Bryan would notice. This is like when you're watching boxing, and you see somebody just land something, and you can see that the other fighter that punch hurt them. Like they're really stunned, and you're like, oh, they got nothing. They got nothing to come back.
It doesn't. It's not even that. Sometimes you can see two dudes in a ring or two women in a ring, and you could see how they actually move around the ring, and you're like, oh, okay, she's gonna kick her ass. Like you could just see it. Like
Just the look in their eyes.
you know, because
Yeah.
one person's like this,
And
you
the
know,
other
they're
person's
very
just come there
tentative,
walking
and the
them
other
down.
person's head is
Right.
actually moving.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they land every jab possible, no
Yeah.
matter where they're
And
throwing
they're
it
just like,
from.
it's a matter of time before they find
Yeah,
out.
whether it's a straight jab or an up jab or whatever, and they're just going through the guard over and over, and I'm like, okay, this is just gonna end whenever they feel like ending the fight. Like that's how I'm watching this Knicks
So-
series. Like, if there were TKOs in basketball, we would have had 2 already. You know, in games 2 and 3.
The Knicks shot 56% in that first half. They shot 50% from
They
three.
keep doing this. Like that's
They
crazy.
out-rebounded the Cavs 15-10. They had 15 made baskets. Okay, guys? How many assists do you think they had?
I have it in front of me.
I
still.
can't answer. So because I saw it already.
I have it in
12
front of me.
assists.
It's wild.
12 assists on
On
15 made baskets in the first quarter.
It was 14, but they didn't
4
get an
from Hart
assist
and
in the
4
last
from
one.
Brunson also. Like, again, the way that this team is finding different ways to run this offense is so impressive.
That's the key, and this is what makes even some older fans who saw the team win in the 70s feel good because they saw this kind of ball movement. They saw that here.
And then this, like the transition
inexcusable.
points,
Yep.
like Cleveland. What is this defense? Look at how they just leak out.
But this
is not even cherry picking.
But this is something that Mike Brown talked about in training camp that he wanted to see. We did a film session.
The Kings used to do this when he was their head coach.
The Kings would do it, and he likes his
before
wings.
They fired him.
He likes his wings streaking out to the corners, and Obi just still cut there. That's what he wants him to do. He wants OG. He wants Mikal to do
because,
that.
and when he was with the Kings, he had Sabonis, who's one of the best passing bigs in the league, who can throw a really good outlet pass. He had De'Aaron Fox, who's a good passer and also really, really fast. So, like, you can do those things. And here, it's like OG and Josh Hart in transition can get you just easy buckets because they're just going to run hard to the basket, and they're faster than a lot of guys, too.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how Cleveland is just so, like, ill-prepared in Game 4.
They just don't have any resistance. You know, Duncan Stewart here said Cavs were pushing hoping for a 19-point run, and it's not happening.
They're legitimately, they're a better team than this. They're not, like, amazing, but they're a better team than this.
I agree.
They're not just a better team than this. They were probably, I mean, we didn't beat Detroit in the regular season, but they match up pound for pound against the Knicks. Like,
I agree.
On paper, right? Like the style that they play, the way that they play the game is how we play basketball.
I got a message from a friend from college who is from Cleveland, and he's at this game. And he sent me the picture.
Oh, wow.
He sent me a picture from the game. So he's at the game. He's from Cleveland, still lives in Cleveland. And he also said,
I see a lot of orange.
Boo to New York.
You want to talk about movies again? Because this game.
We're going to talk about some things.
We just watched Cadillac, man.
I saw Devil Wears Prada 2 a couple weeks ago.
How was that?
It's good. I'm a big fan of Part 1 and Part 2.
Okay.
And I'm not a big movie person.
Right,
Devil Wears Prada, Cleveland got nada. That's what we got here. We got nothing here for the Knicks.
Oh, who's going to be Conference Finals MVP? Is it just going to be Brunson?
Ooh.
Probably,
right? Yeah. I don't think Mikal has like the gaudy, the enough of the gaudy numbers.
I don't think so.
I think it's going to be Brunson.
Even though his percentages are insane.
Yeah, Mikal's a close second.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Brunson.
Damn, I had a bet on Towns.
Well, I will say, like, Cat's been relatively quiet, and
money
in this series, but it's because we haven't needed him because he does so many other things well. Like, we don't, and that's again like just a really good sign when you don't need Cat to be the second best player on the floor. Fantastic.
That's a fantastic sign, and it's not like Cat has played poorly.
He's not. No.
What's he got in this game? I think he's got like 8 and 6 already.
Let me text our Game 5 guests to let them know
already
that we can get them in the finals.
We'll see her.
Well, it's funny because I've got tickets to the Liberty on Friday, and I bought with a whole group because it's Pride Night, and I want to show my support. And I was like,
yeah.
All right, guys, I support you in 100%. But if this thing goes 6, and this was before Game 2, if this thing goes 6, I can't come to that Liberty game. And I texted them after Saturday. I was like, pretty sure I can make this Liberty game.
Yeah, I think you'll be fine. Who they play Friday? I forget who's at them.
Oh, it's a good question.
I'm not back at Liberty games till I think next Saturday. Not this Saturday, the following, the next one coming up.
Just dropped against Dallas, I know.
Yeah, they haven't been playing well. They're playing now. Playing Portland tonight.
25-23 Portland currently.
That's good. This is down 20.
It's just silly.
Down 20. It's just the second quarter. Ugh.
Friday, Mercury. We got 2 straight games against the Mercury. That's weird.
Yeah, no, they do. The WNBA's been doing a lot of that. Like the Liberty, they played 2 straight games.
We played the
Portland.
Fire twice. Yeah, okay, you're right.
To cut down on some of the travel.
That's fair.
I'm intrigued to see how. I think they're still doing more of that as newer teams come into the league.
They're shooting 58%.
It's ridiculous.
They're shooting 53% from 3.
I
don't
know what to do with this.
There's winning the shot variance battle, and then there's just like
their offense is just better.
Making every 3 damn near open 3.
But they're open 3s.
Which we have not been doing.
The Deuce one was not open.
That's true.
Like Keon Ellis was right there, and it didn't matter.
But Kavitha makes a good point. It's like the Knicks have been making a lot of open 3s. They actually have been shooting, like you said, it's been pretty mid from 3. What they have been doing, that Bryan has harped on every single game, beside the turnover battle, is they've been dominating them in the paint. And so
attacking
when you're
the
doing that, it's like, and you're scoring off, you're taking care of the ball, and then they're turning over the ball and you're scoring. It's going to be hard to win. Shout out to Tony HVAC. He said, Dex, you the man. Let's go Knicks. What's up to the crew? Justin O. Garcia says New York is back, baby. Justin O. Garcia, I also saw that you said the Mets need some fire. The Mets are not a serious team right now. The Mets are not a serious team.
I
Okay?
texted Dex on my way here because he retweeted me like sending the link for this, and the Discover More text from him under that was, "The Mets are such an unserious team." I was like, the juxtaposition of these two things.
Oh, yeah. Hey, watch this game for Knicks watch party. The Mets are not a serious team. Yeah. Yeah. Justin Garcia says, I'm telling you right now, the parade route starts at Katz's Deli and ends at the Garden. That'd be an interesting parade route.
Katz's Deli.
That'd be a very
You
interesting.
like Katz's Deli?
Katz's Deli's fine.
Fine. See, he just said fine. For all you tourists out there who love Katz's Deli.
Well, I think that's the reason I'm not dying to ever go back into Katz's Deli. Not because it's the sandwiches are bad or anything. It's just,
I don't do lines.
yeah.
It's just
Thank you.
no. Like
Yo.
so I'm from here.
Like,
I don't do lines.
Why would I
Like,
do
yeah.
that? Like the last time I did that was
It's a
with
tourist
somebody
trap
who
to
was
me.
not.
It's fine.
It is a
Was
very
not from-
good sandwich.
It is.
Both things can be true.
It's way too heavy.
It is too heavy, but no. But
fair.
that's the thing, man. You buy one, you take out half the pastrami, you get some bread,
Get
and you have
yeah,
two
the
sandwiches.
Yeah,
I don't eat all that.
I'm not saying it's a bad
fine.
sandwich. I think it's fine. I just don't need to be waiting. I don't do that. I don't do lines.
Yeah, I can go to any number of bodegas.
Shout out to Tasty Deli in the Heights for also having some delicious pastrami.
Tasty Deli. What? I don't know if I have a favorite deli. I got to think about that.
Well, that's the deli I grew up with, and it's now
Yeah.
like the owner passed it on to the workers, so they've actually
Yeah.
been able to continue what has been there, which is so rare for small businesses in New York.
That is
so,
rare.
especially
That's what's up.
Manhattan.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Glad
I also don't like. I'm not dying to ever like eat a pastrami sandwich.
Okay,
like
fair
that's
enough,
also
yeah.
just that's also just me.
All right.
You know,
Do you not like pastrami?
it's fine.
Okay. I like pastrami.
It could be overly salty, like very easily.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, like,
it's not my
very
favorite,
easily.
but
Yeah.
like
Well, it's
if
not
I'm
my
craving a pastrami, it hits.
I'm never craving pastrami
Okay.
sandwich, like ever, like I'm just not.
This is like.
I will also say, and no offense to any of my Jewish friends, but I need cheese on a sandwich, and Katz will put cheese on their pastrami for you if you ask.
Pastrami cheese is good.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I need cheese on the sandwich. I'm with that. I'm with you with that too. Look at Spike. Spike was in London yesterday to watch Arsenal raise their Premier League trophy.
He's
And
an
he got
Arsenal
back
fan?
here-
Did I
He's an
not know
Arsenal
this?
fan.
He's an
Yep,
Arsenal
he's an
fan,
Arsenal fan.
yeah.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
I'm always curious as to how people just pick
Yeah.
I will have
their
to ask
football
him that.
teams. Because people just pick. Like I'm sure he goes, but
He might have a reason. Could be family, like me with Liverpool.
Oh, I didn't know you were a Liverpool fan.
I am a big Liverpool fan.
another make
I'm
almost
stunned. That didn't go.
stunned.
Wait, do you watch Premier League soccer?
I do. I don't have a team.
Okay.
I do watch it.
You can come. You can come and join us. Come
I,
join.
I would love to. Yeah.
You know what? We'll have to watch a game at Carragher's Bar. It's a really great bar to go watch a Liverpool game.
Everybody watching, just
Deal.
give me food takes. Honestly, it's 48-26. Tony says that he thinks they're overrated, which I think he was referring to Cats.
Again, I think that overrated is a function of how overrun with tourists they
I
are.
agree.
Right,
with that.
and overpriced.
That's also
Because you're
true.
paying for the experience.
Right.
The
it's a
reputational
okay-
experience.
Oh,
You know,
Expected points, huh? Cavs have let go here?
yeah.
They've been let go. You know how mad I would be?
he got that call.
You know how mad I'd be if I was a Cleveland fan? Let me see if my guy. Shout out to Paul Ross. Look, I'm gonna say this right here for people. We can just bring it out now. There's no need for us to
Yeah,
hold
honestly,
this.
yeah. Just,
The broom's here.
Just leave it out.
Because
Just
you
leave
got
it
to have
out.
something by your feet.
Thank you
Just
so
gonna start
much,
some
yeah.
early sweeping, okay?
How you
Just
found
leave it
a
out.
blue broom? That's money.
It's great. Because when you give
should
people
have
the
seen.
blues,
You should have seen
you
the
gotta-
other one.
Was it blue and orange?
No.
No.
No. I'm gonna see if I can pull up the clip from what was that at the end of the
Sixers.
Philly?
It was a small.
The other
broom. It
sweep
looked
that they had in these
child-
playoffs.
It looked like a child's broom. It's like a child's witch's broom.
Yeah.
That was from.
It's too short for me. I'm not the tallest dude.
I said it was perfect for Brian, and Brian's like, no, it's too short.
no,
Oh,
it's
no.
too short for me.
I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I
Low-key
just looked at it. And I was like,
insulting, yeah.
No, he didn't
this
know.
I didn't know, but then Brian put it next to me. He's like, yeah, that's.
Yeah, I was like, no, it's
okay.
too short for me. You know what I mean?
The broom is here, guys. Just let you know. Oh, we have a Celtic United fan in here.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
Celtic United. Who's Celtic's rival again?
Rangers.
Yeah,
Ranger?
and actually, shout out to the Alvin
Park
on
Rangers.
East 64th Street. The owner and lead bartender there, Shane and Crocky, David, are huge Celtic fans and just got back from Scotland.
You know
for
what?
those matches.
My
Beautiful.
first mentor from St. Francis, who was the moderator of our student newspaper, was a Scottish dude.
McSherney's cookies.
Woohoo!
He was a Celtic fan also. I should say, because he's still
One stat that I think really shows
Oh wow!
how
Oh,
this defense
some
is just
fight.
cooking. I think it was either 5 or 6 different Knicks are averaging at least 1 steal a game.
Yo, that's a good stat.
That's
that I
a
wasn't
crazy
even
ass
aware of.
stat, right?
I'm looking at turnovers here, and Cleveland.
They
is
wanted the
6.
alley-oop. I mean,
I mean, if you can't even
Again,
you just feel bad.
this is just godly stuff. Like,
Dang.
Oh, gee.
I told you. Like, if I were a Cavs fan, and I see Keon Ellis's 3 go up and down, and then I see OG just make that one from the top of the key, and then
Right.
Donovan Mitchell just make this one. Like, I'm probably just.
I'm a Cavs fan. I just beat the traffic and go someplace else. But also, it's like, what is it better?
Well, if
to
I'm a
do
Cavs
tonight?
fan, I wouldn't have went.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
Well,
you couldn't sell your ticket to a
I
Knicks
assume-
fan. Did you see this docu-sign
I would have sold.
thing?
I would have sold it to Nick.
No,
I
did
don't.
you see this thing that Dan Gilbert made the fans do at the last
Oh.
minute? Apparently, now
heard
this is
about it.
unverified. He might have sent out.
Wouldn't put it past them.
I wouldn't either put it past him. He might have sent out an agreement to either Cavs season ticket holders or current playoff ticket holders, making them docu-sign something saying that they will not sell their ticket to Knicks fans for threat of being banned from Rocket
banning
Arena.
nobody. I don't believe him.
Look, at the end of the day, I'm putting me and my family before any sports team.
Sure.
So I'm selling the ticket if I no longer want to go to the game. Like, I don't care.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's a Monday night. I hope Cleveland got better weather than we did for this Memorial Day weekend. So
Hopefully.
although
It's still
today's
Cleveland,
weather is
though.
not the worst.
Another turnover.
I mean, everyone's hair is on fire. Thought that was going in too.
Well, I tell you what, the way you want to weather, shout out to our production assistant, Brandon Kramer. He gave a good analysis. It is raining threes in Cleveland. We know that. It is raining threes
Absolutely.
right now in Cleveland. They
If
can't
this
stop
happens in the NBA Finals, I really won't know what to do with
No.
myself. I'm gonna be like, dog.
But
like,
it could. It could. The team is playing really good. We respect those teams offensively, but will they be worn down? Will those teams be worn down, and how much will that matter?
when you talk about adjustments, you saw how San Antonio made some adjustments yesterday. So I'm not saying that they figured out OKC, but there is a way to beat them for sure. They're also down two major players. So
Man, we got Rasta in the city in the chat. He got the brooms out already. I mean, I told, look guys, I wasn't going to bring this out till the game is over, but the broom is right here. I got a little more sweeping to do. Sweeping early. Sweeping early here, okay? Yeah, it's just, somebody said I'm going to, up by 20, I'm going to put on the deck. They got fireworks outside. Hey, look.
just what do you say?
I don't even know what to say. Show him the money says Charles Barkley called it before the game. Cavs are going to get their ass handed to them tonight. Well, they are right now. We might see some Pacome Dadier tonight.
Is there a tourist trap in New York you actually like?
Damn, that's a good
Oh,
question.
that is a good ass question. Yeah.
A tourist trap in New York that you actually like? No, because if you say yes, are you a real New Yorker?
I don't think I have one. That's why I was thinking about it. I'm like, I don't think I have
Not to
one.
be obnoxious, I have to think about this because I would only like, again, I don't do lines. So I'd only like it is if I happen to know somebody there, so I don't have to put up with the line. But I have to think of what that would be.
Is it? I don't think I go to any places that you would consider tourist traps. I can't think of it.
You and I have had this. You and I go to a lot of restaurants that make a lot of lists, so I think you can consider some of those.
No, I like that you said that. I know.
Let's keep it listening.
No. It makes us sound bougie, but
A lot of restaurants that make a lot of lists.
I would put it like this. 'Cause if
You and I both had our birthday dinner at Kabawa before the New York
did.
Times
We
named it
did.
the best restaurant in
we
New
did,
York.
we did, and the first person I texted the night after my birthday dinner was Kavitha.
We got to be self-aware, man.
I think Kavitha. I feel like when Kavitha and I, we didn't grab a meal last year, but we do from time to time. And when I do, I know I'll be like, hey, where are we trying to eat? And we're gonna have a list. Oh, I'll have my list. Kavitha's gonna have our list. We know it's gonna be good,
Where
and
have
it's
we
gonna
been?
be
Exactly.
it's gonna be of a certain
together.
quality.
Exactly.
That's what I was saying. It'll be of a certain quality. We have a certain standard. Makes it sound bougie as hell.
It does. It really does.
It'll be
It's
of a
all
certain
right.
standard. I told Bryan and his lovely fiance Astrid, who just said hello in the chat. I told them about Kabbalah because I talked to them maybe a day or two after
This is
that,
true.
and I
You
was
did
like,
mention that.
I was on the phone with Bryan. and I was
Astrid,
like,
write that
yo.
down.
I was like, yo, you guys have to go. I told them they have to go. It's an amazing dining experience.
It was incredible.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm sorry. Listen, I don't care. I'll promote Kabbalah. That's fine.
No, and also just shout out to, because between Kabawa, Tatiana, we've seen like Sema, Bungalow.
Yep.
We have seen restaurants from your and my culture that never got Michelin shine that are now getting not just Michelin shine but New York Times shine, and that's
Yes.
really, reinventing what the popular idea of fine dining can and should be. I think that's real important. So.
I agree, and I think it's funny. I haven't the two the Indian ones you mentioned.
What are we doing?
I haven't been to.
Is he like 85% from three in the series? Like
That's crazy.
100.
Three for three.
right now.
They've nearly doubled them up. The Cavs actually came out with the right energy
did.
briefly.
They did.
Briefly, that's correct.
Before
Have they scored 6 points in this quarter? Am I making that up?
Is it that many?
9.
Oh, there we go.
9 now. It was
There's
6.
now
yeah,
9.
now it's
Okay.
9.
All right.
Like again, this is why I went in. I was like, Cleveland got to show me something, or else I'm just not like this post game show might start at halftime. I told Dex beforehand I got a hard out, and Dex was like, I don't know if we're gonna have a long post game show because of potentially this.
Nah.
And I don't know if you thought it was gonna escalate to here that quickly, but
I did not. I thought it would.
I can't say I'm not surprised though. Again, when
Oh no, I don't like him holding the wrist like that.
when he's walking it off, I think he's fine. Look, the Knicks are touched by God.
No,
Like,
I hate that Bryan says that lovingly because I'm like, no, they're just playing elite level basketball. It's not touched by God.
both things can't be true. I don't know what you say at this point.
Sammy Knight Jr. says the Cavs don't
We have
even wanna
hours
play.
to go.
They're not even running back on defense. I agree. The Cavs don't want it at all whatsoever. Tony HVAC 2 says, I told my son they would quit by the third quarter. I was off by a whole quarter and a halftime. Yeah. Hey, if your son, I don't know how old your son is, but if he wants to go to bed early because he's got school in the morning, I understand.
This is not one you need to keep him up late
No.
for sure.
No. Hack a bitch down 30. Yes, that's one way to get back into the game.
I mean, all Cleveland has is maybe you get hot from three, maybe the Knicks start missing. They're not doing enough to really stop them. I mean, to be fair, there's been some shots that the Knicks have made that are just ridiculous, like that last Landry Shamet 3. But still, a bunch of these threes are open. So
Yeah, but they're still killing them inside the paint. They're still
and
killing
that
them
too,
off transition.
right.
The Knicks have turned the ball over 4 times. Cleveland's turned it over 8. So
Yeah.
they've doubled their turnovers.
What's the rebounding battle?
Knicks 22, Cleveland 12.
12.
10, plus 10. You're not going to win games like that. Like, you're just not. Like, you're just not. And the Cleveland's actually hit all their free throws. The Knicks have gone 5 of 7.
Does that include this?
No.
Yep.
That's now
That's
5
the
of 8.
2. Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't even matter. Like, be curious to see if teams try to do that in the finals.
Well, Mike Brown has been doing something smart in this series that he did not have to do, but also was not doing in. Definitely not in the Hawks
Yeah.
series and
Missed
was not
open
doing in
three.
the Sixers series, where he will bring Mitch in late in a quarter
Yeah.
when they're just on the cusp of being in the penalty, and then he'll immediately bring him out once they do foul him after to avoid Hack-a-Mitch. Because frustrating thing, I know that we don't have a lot of things to be frustrated about recently,
no.
but I can point to at least 3 games where I was like, why are you letting them Hack-a-Mitch? Like, why are you keeping him in this game with 2 minutes left in this quarter?
Yeah.
So
We
You could also get away with that in this series.
I forgot
Sure.
today.
Where I wonder if in the next series where you might need more Mitch rebounds against whomever you're going to play against. I wonder if that becomes, because now it's like you don't really need Mitch.
Yeah.
It's fine. And in this next series, are the Spurs or Thunder going to put you in a position where you do need his rebounding because you're going to have Chet,
Yep.
Isaiah, and Gang rebounding, or Wemby and whomever else, you know what I mean? So it's going to be different.
Yeah.
There's things that you can get away with against Philly, against
that you can't
Cleveland,
get-
You can't get away with those things.
theoretically, unless you just continue to make half of your 3-pointers.
Right.
Right. But I wouldn't bank on that.
Right.
No.
But also,
Right.
you want a coach that is able to adjust and see when you can play with those things because it's going to have you get ready for different situations and what he can do. Because I like the strategies used against Cleveland of doing that because he didn't do that in game one. And then he adjusted, and I've really liked that.
Yeah.
It's interesting. We just saw, as they went to commercial break, I didn't realize today was 33 years to the
dunk.
day of John Starks' dunk, the anniversary of that. And at the end of that clip, somebody's holding a sign that says, "It doesn't get better than this." Now, that's hilarious because clearly it did get better than this here. And in that series,
I mean, even there.
they all went downhill after that.
96, right?
They lost
Yeah.
4 straight.
The next year they went to the finals.
That's true.
You know?
It did get
So,
better. But it didn't get better after that day because they
Yeah.
lost 4 straight after
Yeah.
that. So
I wasn't even alive. That's crazy.
that
You
makes me
shut up.
feel
I w-
old.
Right?
Wow.
Get him out of here. Go.
I'm like, I remember that. That was a great
Well,
moment for me.
yeah, like I don't
You know what? You know what we're going to do? Go take a trip to Cat's Deli and come back. How about that?
That's why. So, okay, for real talk though, Bryan might hate Cat's Deli because he wasn't around before it became this crazy ass tourist trap. I'm not saying
No,
that.
no, I think you're right.
Because I remember like
I don't have the same reverence for it. I'm just
Sure.
like, yo, I'm not gonna wait in line for mad long.
that's the thing. Like it was
If you
always
had been there
like
before, maybe
Get
you
a
would like
heart
it.
it was
attack
always
because
like
of
a known.
pastrami, you know what I
It was
mean?
always a known
Like-
thing, but I feel like I definitely could like I definitely went in like when I was a kid in like the late '90s, and
Yeah.
it was just a delicious sandwich.
Sandwich.
It was probably real expensive, but
Yeah.
my dad was paying for it.
I'm
or
not gonna
something.
die over a pastrami overdose.
Sure.
You don't
Like,
have
it's
to have
fine.
pastrami. You get something else.
Yeah, or something. That's fine.
You asked a good question that I don't know the answer to.
Is there a tourist
It was a
trap
great
that I
question. Is there
actually
a
like?
tourist
This is
trap that I
fantastic.
actually
Yeah.
enjoy? Okay, I'll give you one. It's kind of a tourist trap.
Is it a pizza place?
It's not.
Because there's probably a pizza place I could think of.
Yeah, I probably yeah.
Does
You
this
know.
count? I don't like enjoy doing this to go here all the time, but if I'm in the area there, I will go. It's like when I'm there, I have to go. Nathan's at Coney Island.
Ah,
Yeah, no, that's a
Okay.
fair point.
If I'm my
I don't
daughter
have.
wa-
I don't feel like I have to go when I go to Coney Island. On the rare occasion
What
I
else
go
are
to
you in
Coney
Coney Island
Island
for? It's
I was
it's
just
fair
there for the
question.
Brooklyn half, and I did not get a hot dog.
Oh, you did? Did you do the Brooklyn half?
I did not do the Brooklyn half. I had a lot of
Oh,
friends
you
who
went to the
did.
finish line.
I went
Got
to
you.
support my friends
Got
who
you.
ran the Brooklyn half.
when I covered.
So
the,
you did not have a hot dog at Nathan's.
when I covered the
but you
Brooklyn
you got out of
Cyclones-
Coney Island and went someplace else to eat.
A friend, shout out to Steve. A friend of mine was having a barbecue at his house in Bay Ridge, so
Close by. And honestly, better move.
yeah.
Look at this. 6 assists, 16 to 6. Paint points, 24
The
to 8.
24 to 8 paint points is crazy.
Triple the paint
Fast
points,
break
and then
points.
fast break points is 25 to 3. 25 to 3. They have
Almost
25
8 times as
fast
many.
break points. They
8
have
times.
61 points. They have as many just non-fast break points as the Cavs have points because they have 36 non-fast break points.
But
the
that's-
Cavs have 37 points.
That tells you how good the offense is moving. That's
or how lazy the Cavs defense is. I think it's both.
It can be both.
Totally both.
Like,
Okay, that's the only thing I think because in the summer, if my daughter, she's coming less that she wants to do, but she wanted to go to Coney Island
I'll tell you
or whatever.
what.
We used to go to watch fireworks on a Friday night. It's like I gotta get Nathan's when I'm there.
when
'Cause it's
and you're close to
Closer,
to there,
yeah.
so that makes
I live
I'm
closer to there.
dumb far from Coney Island.
Understood.
So I don't go like when I covered the Cyclones in 2016. So this is like the first team that I like covered regularly coming out of college, and I didn't stop at Nathan's maybe more than just one time.
Sure.
Like the only times I went there was that whatever event Isaiah Whitehead threw that we covered.
I remember
that
that.
was there. And that one boxing event they tried to do at the Ford Amphitheater.
I forgot about
Which
that.
had Errol Spence versus Leonard Bundu and Heather Hardy versus Shelly Vincent, who almost killed each other. And it was one of the worst weather days that summer, like ever. It was just pouring rain the entire time. I was not trying to go to Nathan's after that. It was August 21st, 2016. The rain was terrible. It was one of the worst rainy days like that I remember.
There can be a line for that in the summer. It can be crazy, but I'll do it. Like, but it's not like a place where I'm like randomly on a Tuesday. I'm like,
right.
oh,
If you're in Coney Island, you're going to stop. at
right,
Nathan's,
and I'm not
yeah.
there often.
Sure.
Maybe once
And
a year.
also, if you're with your daughter, like it's part of the event and the
it's
experience.
more
I
of
get that part.
It's not
yeah.
something I'm doing my own, so maybe I should take that out the equation. I don't think there's one. I can't think of a tourist trap spot.
I gotta say, A cronut is as good as it is, as they say it is. Like that's one of
Wait,
those.
wait, what spot?
The Dominique Ansel cronut.
Oh,
Cronut
yeah,
is
okay.
actually that good.
It's actually that good.
I think the virality has faded by now, so it's not as hard to get, but it really is that delicious. And then
because tourist trap has to be like you really get a lot of people to come to it. Like a lot.
It has to be like Lindustry, which I still haven't tried yet. But
fine.
anytime I've passed it, it's like line is too long. It's packed. There's a couple other pizza places that I hear a lot about. Whatever. I don't know if Artichoke is considered a tourist trap.
I don't think anymore. I think it was maybe 10 years ago.
I wouldn't consider it a tourist trap.
They've
I thought
closed
it
most
was
of their Manhattan locations too. So
I thought it was fine. I had the one near Barclays Center.
okay.
I thought it was fine. You know, I didn't think it was like, yo, I can't wait to go back or whatever.
Yeah, I can't think of one. Or maybe it's like I feel like more of my.
Peter Luger.
Peter Luger's not good anymore. That's the thing.
So they lost their Michelin star. I heard.
Yeah. Oh, they did. They lost their star, but even before that, it hasn't been.
I haven't been there in like 10 years.
It hasn't been as good.
Longer for me.
It hasn't had the consistency there.
Maybe more. It's probably more than that. I've been there. Maybe more.
I've been to Del
Maybe
Frisco's.
I didn't realize they lost.
Is Del Frisco's a tourist trap?
I think most of the steakhouses that have, I will say most of the steakhouses I think can be tourist traps, but some of them are Del Frisco's is very good. I'm a Smith and Walensky girly.
Okay.
I also live on the Upper East Side, so there's a geographic element here.
Element to that, yes.
I mean, Smith and Walensky
I
is
didn't
not
realize,
far from where we're at.
I didn't realize
walking distance.
Walking distance.
Yeah.
I did not realize that Peter Luger's had lost their Michelin star.
In like 2022 or
Yeah.
something
I haven't
like that.
been there. Yeah, probably maybe 20.
You know, people
like 2012,
were complaining
2013.
about the inconsistency of the food, of like the steak and whatever.
But do you think it was a tourist trap before?
I think it was a tourist trap, but it was very good.
It was.
It was a destination. Maybe that's
Yeah,
not
yeah, because
the-
it's like, can you be a tourist trap and be very good? Because
Right.
I think that kind of goes against.
Sure,
each
you
other.
can be, but it's not
I
generally
take
you
the
are.
question to be more like in this era of social media, if you've got shit going viral on TikTok or Instagram for a specific food, like this dot cake thing. Have you heard about this?
Nah.
No.
Don't. There's
Insomnia cookies is another one that I hear a lot about.
No, Sally cookies
They
is good.
deliver.
They deliver. I get delivered probably a couple times a year. Sally
Like,
cookies are
but
good.
I'm starting to see them pop up more on. So I don't recall ever having it. I might have.
Yeah, I've
just
had it.
not
I've had it a couple
unknowingly.
times.
it's good.
It's good. There's one right by Barclays.
Oh,
Right.
19 point lead now. It's down. You nervous?
I don't like when they go on runs. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you nervous? Two minutes left. What if the Cavs get to
No, 'cause this
13 by
shot is good.
halftime?
Oh, wow. The Knicks actually have gone a little cold here.
Yeah.
Oh, they were due. Trust me. Don't worry. They'll come out of halftime and they'll be guns blazing again. That's
Get a foot on the neck, man.
that's a foul. Legitimately, that one was a foul. Even Cat knows it. Like Cat even
2 or
acknowledged
3
it.
on Cat.
Cat's like, we're up $1 million. I'll give you that one. I haven't had Del Frisco since like 2018 or 19, but
Okay.
it's good.
Someone
Now, to be
said-
fair though, I've never gone and paid for it myself because they were always like media events. This is back when the UFC used to actually treat media well.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Okay.
y'all remember them days. This is pre-2020. It's the reason I'm saying that. Anyway, back then they used to have these media dinners or whatever. You go, you can interview fighters, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, Israel Adesanya, whatever, and they would treat the media members who would go to like whatever. So I had it. Different steak, whatever, lobster bisque, which was really good, but I never went and paid myself yet.
Sure.
Now, I'd like to at some point, but there's also other restaurants that I'd rather.
Del Frisco's is good. It's very good.
Yeah, it's solid.
Wait, we have a. Wow, I would remove this comment if I could. It said even if the Knicks win the chip, they still got washed by Detroit. Man, ain't nobody talking about no
No,
regular season
absolutely
stuff. Man,
not,
get out
no.
of here. Get out of here. You on
Please.
regular season stuff? Come on.
Ryan, is that you? Like, I got one Pistons fan in my life that I can think of who would say some shit like that.
I did want to see Knicks
Even the homie
Pistons
Tariqa
instead.
would not say that.
I did want to see
shout out
Knicks
Tariqa.
Pistons instead because I thought that would have been more interesting of a series.
I still think they would have lost. I still think they would have
saying,
lost
yo.
in 5.
What does Mikal have
I
now?
wanted to see the Cavs because I thought it was a better matchup, but
I thought Pistons were more interesting, but I think if the Knicks are playing like this,
I was
Pistons
going
still
for
would have lost in
intrigue.
5.
Sure, fair enough. The
'cause I
story,
care,
for sure.
Yeah, I care about intrigue
Yeah.
and care more than anything else, and story and whatever. I knew the Cavs were gonna, well, not do this, but I knew that they would run out of answers at some point. Mikhail has 10. Oh, I thought he had more than 10.
Joe, New York Knicks says we're in the conference finals, and the dude in here talking about regular season games. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What are we doing here? Yeah.
What does Shrews do? This is just this does sum it up. It was actually good defense by Harden. Good post defense by renowned post defender James Harden.
Kenny Atkinson labeled good
Combo
defender.
when he was here called him a great post defender. Yeah, yeah. Well, Knicks back up 20, guys.
You worried? It's only 20.
I was a little worried.
No,
So
you
Mikal only has
weren't.
10. Well, all right. If we want to pick things to be worried about, Cat has 3 fouls and Mikal is 0 for 5 from 3. Those are the two things.
Progressing to mean. Uh-oh.
Not good enough, guys.
I mean, I just.
This is the least stressed I've ever been watching a
That's
Knicks
what
playoff game. It's so crazy.
Easily. This moment right here, more than even the last game. This is the least. A game where they got to win to go to the finals. They got to get one more win to go to the finals, and everybody's like, oh.
Now 3-0, not 3-3.
Sure.
You're right. I've
That's
been there
why.
before. The last time the
That
Knicks
is
went to,
why.
well, not the last time.
You've been down 3-1.
The first time I
in
saw
this
Knicks go to the
position,
finals, it was 3-3
Yeah.
against the Pacers in '94, and they got there.
And last year there was 3-2 heading into Game 6, so you couldn't even get the 3.
Right.
No.
You know?
But I remember as a kid being so nervous about that game. It was on a Sunday. I'll never forget that. It was a Sunday.
2000
Game 7.
2000 conference finals, they lost in what?
6.
6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't get the.
And it's hard to make comparisons with the '99 team because that was a strike-shortened season.
Yes.
That
Weird.
playoffs was just mad wonky. We were
Everything was
season.
crazy.
We were
The
the
season
eighth
was-
seed. Everything was crazy.
back-to-back-to-backs.
There were
Right.
back-to-back-to-back games.
Yeah. They fit 50 games into like 2
That's right.
2.5 months.
Maybe just under 3 months, if I remember correctly. It
Yeah.
was insane. I remember I was just happy to have the NBA back. It was
And the Knicks were also like we talk about the Heat and the Magic being overqualified 8 seeds in recent years. The Knicks were a very overqualified 8 seed.
Yeah.
Because of the lockout. They really should have been like a 4 or 5 or something.
Oop.
How many turnovers is that for the Cleveland Cavaliers now? They are at 8. That's got to be 9 now. I think they had 8 before.
That's
That's
so
9 now, yeah.
9. Knicks only have 4. Knicks still have 17 assists. 25 made field goals, 17
Somebody
assists.
mentioned Keen's.
Keen's is a good steakhouse.
I've never had
Last
Yeah.
year during the
I've heard
playoffs,
of it for sure.
last year during the playoffs, me, CP the franchise, and Eric Newman, we all went to Keen's Steakhouse because the Knicks beat the Celtics. And Eric Newman, who's a big Celtics fan, he does stuff for Showtime with Paul Pierce and KG. He had a bet with us, and he was like, I'll take you guys to a steak dinner. So we went.
You had a bet.
We had a bet for steak dinner.
You picked the Celtics. How did you have a bet?
Because I was just a Knicks fan, and we were on the show together. And it was like, I'm rooting for the Knicks. And he was like, if the Knicks lose,
If this goes
That's
down.
his first 3.
and the Celtics win, he's like, I'm going to take you guys to a steak dinner.
I've never had Keen's before.
Keen's is very, very good. So, like
Keen's
I
very
said,
good.
there's like
Yeah.
And I've heard of Ruth Chris a lot because I'll be honest with you.
Both gangs are solid.
All the rappers like Ruth Chris.
so that
hear
one I
them-
don't understand.
I hear the
It's-
rappers rap about it all the time.
I know. I feel like it's just because of the words. Like it's just fine.
It rhymes with a lot of
Ruth's
shit.
Chris.
Yeah.
You could Ruth's Chris are not.
Just-
you can
just
rhyme it with a whole
rhymes
lot
with
of
a
Yeah,
lot
you
of
can be like,
yeah.
excuse me, miss, I took her to Roos Chris.
You know?
Boom, that's it.
West Side Gun, Joe Budden.
It's not like it's.
I think
not,
Fat Joe. Like I've heard
It's
y'all
gonna sound
rap
like I'm
about
shitting
this.
on it, but I'm not. Ruth Chris is fine.
Fine.
Right.
It's fine. It's
It ain't. It's not.
right.
You're gonna say
I was
serviceable.
going to say serviceable, which is such an obnoxious thing to say
No,
about
I
a
love
place
it.
as
I love saying
expensive
serviceable. Maybe I
as
like being
Ruth's
obnoxious. Maybe I like being obnoxious. Like, yeah, it's. I wouldn't tell you not to go there.
Right.
I
would
wouldn't
give
tell you not to
better-
go there.
I could give you better, cheaper steakhouses than that too. Shout out to Strip House in Union Square, for sure.
I have a question for you, Nick. So I say, have you been to? I'm intrigued by this, Kavitha. I can see how this would never come up between us, but this is very interesting for you. Have you ever been to SDK?
Yes.
Thoughts?
Again, fine.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely a chain.
Agreed. Here's what I'll say about SDK. I ain't here to talk about the steak. fantastic people watching place.
Oh, yes.
If you love people
true.
watching with a little bit of dining, fantastic.
Here's my thing about STK, and
Never had it.
I will say this. Like, there's one in Miami, there's one in Vegas, there's one in Puerto Rico,
There's one in Vegas.
you know?
I didn't go to one in Vegas, but there's one in Vegas.
So the Vegas thing...
I know we had one.
Oh, I was right by the one in Miami last time I was in Miami a couple years ago for work. Yes, I did see that there.
I have an issue in New York specifically with restaurants that you can pretty much go to, whether it's the type or the actual restaurant itself, that you can go to anywhere else. Because then why are you in New York? There's so much shit to eat here that you can't get other places.
I agree with you.
It's also why I don't
this.
like overpaying for a lot of different types of food.
Yeah.
It depends.
I
I'm willing to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
But you don't have, you can eat. See, New York is the most expensive place to eat, more expensive to eat than San Francisco, but we got a range. You can only eat in
Yes.
San Francisco for a certain amount of money, but you can eat very well in New York for very cheap.
Yes,
true.
I agree with that. And you can find really good restaurants for really good value. I think we're always into that, the quality for the dining experience and the food. Like the last time Kavitha and I had a meal, put some people on here. We went to its tapas spot, A2A2. I've also told Bryan about
you've
this.
told me about this, yeah. Asher, write it down.
And Kavitha had spoke highly of this spot. Because had you been there once before me?
I had been there once
you had been
before,
me,
yeah.
right? And then our friend of the show, good friend of mine, Michael Grady, had been there, and he had raved about the spot to me. And then I went once before, and then went with you, and it's like, I love that spot. It's great. Like, and that's not like incredibly expensive.
No.
It's
not like pop in on a Tuesday.
No, that's another good thing.
But
I think we went on like a Tuesday.
I think we did pop in on a Tuesday.
I think we went on a Tuesday. But it was fine.
Yeah.
And it's a really good spot. But it's like the quality of food is great. To your point, you can eat for a different range and find different things. I don't want to have that chain experience when I travel. That's generally not me. I mean, certain things are fine. Like I've done Tao in Vegas, and that's really nice and it's fine. But like, yeah, try.
That's my
but you're
general,
Vegas. Vegas, you're a little limited.
That's
more your
my
options,
general
so.
issue with Vegas, though, and I'm not really a huge Vegas person anyway.
Not
but
either.
From like a dining scene perspective, I feel like people always talk about Vegas's dining scene, and it's very good if you're not from New York, because all the
I agree.
restaurants that are very good in Vegas are actually
Here.
outposts of New York
York.
restaurants. that's not even me talking shit.
No,
that's
it's true,
that's a
though.
real Beauty in Essex.
I haven't been to
Essex.
Vegas, so
you know, yeah.
Beauty in Essex. Last time I was in Vegas, I was with Michael Grady. We couldn't get a reservation there, so we went someplace else. Yeah, but you can go to Beauty in Essex here, which is a fantastic restaurant. You're right, Tao. And the Tao in Vegas is lovely. It's huge.
Right.
It's
Someone
lovely.
Someone
but,
in the chat
yeah.
asked about Fogo de Chao.
I like Fogo de Chao.
We
haven't
talked
tried
about this.
it yet
We
either.
talked about this, I think, on another stream.
We talked about. 'Cause I haven't tried it because they there's one in Queens now. That's not too far from where I'm at. But
And
I
there's
haven't
one
tried
coming
it.
in Brooklyn.
This is one of those.
There's
where
actually
I
one
will
not
say-
far from here.
Yeah, it's a couple. Yeah.
But yeah.
So that one is like near. I actually think I know. Shout out to Bia, the manager at Fogo de Chao near here.
50th, one of 50s.
My thing about
53rd
Fogo de
or
Chao,
something.
it is very good, is if you're looking for a Brazilian churrascaria experience, I think there are better places that aren't as expensive.
I could also get really
to
good
agree.
churrasco near me.
Yes.
There's a Cuban spot.
There's
also.
a good one I went to years ago, and I cannot remember the name of it.
Plataforma would be my.
Oh, that is it.
There you go.
I could not remember. That is it.
Wow.
And that was really good. As soon as you said it, I was like,
Kavitha just knew.
because she's a foodie. Like, oh my God. Like, if you ever learn to
I
sort of.
eat a lot.
Kavitha is a, like, I don't know if there's.
I hate that word, but I am kind of one.
Sorry, we'll not call you that
No,
then.
it's a no. I don't.
I'm gonna-
I
how about I do this?
I feel
Food
like people-
connoisseur.
when people use that word about themselves, it just sounds so like, I'm a foodie.
Oh, what, that you're like bougie about your food?
Yeah, or like, you know,
I'll be
this
that.
is my like my TikTok because I'm a foodie.
You are actually.
I'm bougie about
You
my food.
are, yeah.
No. I'm like what Kavitha described earlier. I have standards.
Yes,
That
but
does-
you've always been
that
like
didn't make
that.
me sound any less bougie. I just realized.
I was not like that when you met me, and now I'm like, I wouldn't
Yeah,
say I'm moved up a little bit.
But that's to be
Because
expected.
I told you about the new. I'm not gonna say fancy, but like, I don't even know if upscale is the word. But there's a new restaurant in my area that I'll tell you about that you probably heard of.
Yeah, you told me. You talked about this
within the
before.
last year
Yeah.
or so. That's legit good, but it's one of those where it's like I typically wouldn't go to, but we tried it out. It was really good.
But I don't think what you're saying is. I don't think that's a product of like. I'm not shocked that as long as I've known you, from like where your food taste was to where it is now. I think this is just a byproduct of you get older, you see more things. You talk to people like Kavitha or
You've
myself.
got a fiance to take out also.
Yeah,
You know? Like, no, like,
and like other people, like the people you're
doing
around
all right
to,
now
No, but the people you're around, like friends, fiance, it's going to help expand maybe your palate. Places you may go eat. You hear things from people you trust. That you know, and you also
right
know who
into the
not to trust with food. You know who not to trust with food too. So, yeah, I think that I'm not surprised at that. Like I don't feel like I would eat at the same places I did 10 years ago. That sounds really bougie. I say that stuff. All of this stuff sounds bougie.
I'm not. I will see. I always point to Lindsay Adler. Shout out Lindsay Adler. Always says. This is actually it was a food related comment. So I think it was either a Twitter or an Instagram conversation, and someone was at a super fancy restaurant and like tagged me. It was like Kavitha's probably there right now, and I was like, I am literally eating Popeyes right now. And I have been there, however. And Lindsay goes, "You are at once my most highbrow and lowbrow friend at the same time," and I respect the shit out of it. And that is the best compliment I have ever received.
But
great.
So.
But I think
You know what? That's goals.
That's
for
New
me,
York.
honestly.
that's
New York.
But that is the beauty of New York.
Sometimes I just want a kebab from a cart. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like that's it.
Sometimes,
with a little bit of sauce on it.
Right.
I remember when I used to work a lot in the Bronx. I'm gonna shout this place out because it was my two of my.
We should just spend the next half shouting out small businesses.
Honestly.
I'm about to do
Shout
one
out
here.
Sammy's.
By the way,
There you go. Where's Sammy's?
Here's
Astoria.
Here's your first half recap. Knicks good, Cavs bad. Knicks going to finals. This is likely over. All right.
One
Back
other
to food talk.
Our friend Clinton Yates goes, "Oof, y'all got to vamp the whole second half. That's a true test of a broadcaster."
Clinton is right. Clinton is absolutely right.
Shout out to Clinton.
Yeah, Clinton is
who I
absolutely.
really like on ESPN Radio when he
we
was
love
there,
Clinton.
and on Around the Horn.
We do love Clinton.
We love Clinton. Yeah. What I forgot what I was going.
Small business Monday.
And we were talking about the fact that New York with such a range, and you could be highbrow and lowbrow. And I just think if you've grown up here, and even if you grow and you do things in your career and your taste may evolve or whatever, you're still going to have that. So you still have your cultural spots that'll. Oh, when I was talking about in the Bronx, when I worked there, I had shout out to when I worked in News 12, my two Dominican photographers, Johnny and Jose, and they Johnny and Jose.
Jahani.
They put me on this fantastic Dominican spot in Castle Hill called Risas del Caribe. Oh, I love that spot.
Asher, you heard of this?
It was so good, and it was cheap.
Yep.
You get like yellow rice, black beans, and some like rotisserie chicken. Maduros.
Some pernil.
I told you about Cabana. It's not Dominican, but it's similarly, they'll give you a lot of food for not that much.
I remember they told me about it. They said, Dexter, you're going to love it. They say you're going to, because they found, it was like, you know, Caribbean guy. They're like, oh, so you like the platinos? I'm like, yeah. It was like, the Maduros here are sweet. Oh, I just thinking about it now makes me be like, I want that. It was so good.
I am a kid who grew up in the Heights, so you were talking my language when you were talking about Dominicano food. When I moved to the Upper East Side, there were definitely some things that I missed from a food perspective,
sure you did.
right? One was actually Popeyes, but another was a spot that's up in the Heights called El Nuevo Caridad. But there is one in Spanish Harlem that delivers to my part of the Upper East Side, so I didn't actually have to lose that.
Lose that.
Nice. Yeah.
Listen, you have to have that. We can have Kabawa, and I love Kabawa. Kabawa's great, but I love my local roti from Trinidad Golden Place in Brooklyn. That's my favorite. I'm shouting out small business. That's my favorite roti shop in Brooklyn. I still love that. Shout out to Bacon Things, another one of my favorite roti shops. Love that. Like, you gotta have the balance, man. You gotta have the balance.
Yeah.
You gotta have the balance. Definitely got to do that. I see in the chat there's a lot of argument going on with
about food.
No, I wish they were arguing about food, but they're arguing with this
Pistons fan,
Picasso Laurent, who's just trolling y'all.
Picasso's been here before. What up, Picasso?
Picasso came back. He came back to troll. I mean,
this goes back to what EJ said last time. It's like Knicks fans, y'all keep taking a bait. So like, it's sports fans in general. Like, people feel like they're just always need to just argue about shit on social media or in comment sections, and I just like people were trying to argue with me today because I tweeted out like, if whoever I was tweeting out the days, and it was like, all right, if the Knicks win today, they'll have 9 days between now and the finals. And then they were like, no, but it's actually 8 days off because Tuesday. And I'm like, I said days, not rest days.
Right.
And then it's like, no, but you're confusing people. And I wrote back, I'm like, do you really want to go back and forth all day about this? Like, does it really matter that much to you? And then at some point, I just stopped answering. It's like, you got it. I just don't care enough. I know engagement's supposed to be good. You're supposed to get a big. I don't give a fuck about followers. I don't care about engagement. I don't care about any of this shit. I do what I do, and that's it.
My thing is, in real life, I won't continue a conversation with someone who's not in there with good faith or who
Especially
is stupid.
if I don't know them.
Especially if I don't know them. If I'm at the bar and I'm like, this conversation is annoying, or you don't know what I'm talking about.
When's the last time you had that happen?
Oh my God! Literally, actually,
I'm now trying to think about the last time I've been out somewhere. I'm like,
it was very recent. It was the day after Game 1. I'm forgetting days of the week. What was that? Last Tuesday?
That's Tuesday.
So it was Wednesday. I was at my local bar, and one of my neighbors who moved away. He's not going to watch this, so it's fine. Moved away to LA and was back to go to Game 1 with the Knicks. I said something to the effect of like, it is the best game I've ever seen live at the Garden.
You texted me that.
Right?
Monday.
You actually texted me that.
I mean Monday.
Yeah. The Tuesday, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I said Monday.
Yeah, and
Again,
you
days of the week.
literally
Today's
text me
Monday.
the same thing
Exactly.
the next day.
You know, I don't think that's a controversial statement.
Right.
I also this man is.
It's up to you. You're saying of
my
the live
opinion.
games that you watch.
This
also
man is
your
older
experience.
than I
Right,
am,
right.
so he might have been there in '99 or in '94.
I don't
Who
know
knows?
what the best live
Like,
game I ever watched is. There's probably a conversation we can
I
have
also
after
feel
this,
like
but-
it is implied when I said that in the context of me having just gone to ECF Game 1 that I meant Knicks game at the Garden, right? Because then he was like, "Well, I was there when when Syracuse had that run, and I was there." You know,
Shut up, man. When they had the 6 overtime game. Come
Right,
on,
but
come on.
exactly. You wouldn't reply to that tweet if it was
exactly.
just a tweet.
I would not reply to that
So
tweet.
It's just like
So I had to kind of like
everyone
shut
wants to
him
argue.
down at the
Everyone
bar.
wants to argue about everything. Bro.
I'd like to know more about that man's demographics, but
He's what you think?
he's what I thought. So it was a whole bunch of that demographic mansplaining. This was.
It's actually funny because my friend, shout out Chris if he's watching. My friend Chris was meeting me and came in, and like in the middle of him like going through the actually best games he's ever seen at the Garden, none of which were Knicks games, and then I was like, "Yeah, Chris, it's so good to see you." And he leads and he goes, "Is he mansplaining Knicks games to you?"
Yeah. Chris read it and knew exactly what was up.
100% saw
Oh
the
my God.
situation.
Yeah, man. Like, I think it was implied that this is my personal experience of the Knicks games that I've seen at the Garden. And it doesn't matter. It's your perspective about it. If I tell you what the best game I've seen at the Garden, well, I'm not sure much would top that game. In fact, I'll say this. I wasn't at that game. But that's probably one of the best games of the Garden in Knicks history, period.
Ever. That's
Ever.
like objective fact.
At least,
here,
and I'll
right?
put into this, at least in my lifetime and all of my watching of Knicks basketball,
Sure.
whether I was in the building or not, some people will say the Larry Johnson 4-point play
Right.
game.
Allen Houston against
was
the
that was
Heat
in
yeah.
Miami, right? So that wasn't in the Garden.
That's right.
I was there for the Dante DiVincenzo big shot, game 2 against Philly. I was in the building for that. That was an amazing moment. I just think this has to be higher because of the stakes, because they were down 22.
This is what I walked past on the way here. The
Spree
Knicks
is in
watch
there.
party at Radio City. So they didn't do one at the Garden today?
No, did you not hear about this?
No,
So
probably
the
not.
NYPD has shut down. Shout out to my new Twitter follower, Ben
you're
Stiller.
right. The
NYPD has shut down watch parties at the Garden
Because
they're afraid of the crowd control.
Right.
So now they're having them at other venues.
Radio City's like
Dolan
6K?
owns Radio City though, so
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
Yeah. You're just like, we'll put it over here, I'll get some money.
Well, I'll leave my Dolan comments to
he
myself
just
because
wants
I know
more faces.
Knicks fans are on a high right now, so I'll leave it alone. But
It's been this is a real conversation we can have as someone who has been in that building 3 times for the Knicks and another time for Bruce in the last couple of weeks.
the Garden?
Yeah, it is hard to reconcile how happy I am about this team with the facial recognition stuff. And shout out to Pablo for doing that reporting as well.
I thought one of the more interesting things in Pablo's reporting about that and in his conversation, you said David Sampson on with him, right?
David Sampson, yeah.
one of the things
the
for me in
Meadowlark
reporting,
go-to
some
for
people
things
may
like
not
this.
think it doesn't matter. I thought David Sampson's commentary on how, a lot of owners are doing this. This isn't just Nolan.
Sure.
He talked
By
about his
owners,
experiences.
we should clarify, not just team owners, owners of shit.
Yeah.
Like business owners
Yeah.
in places you go to, not just team owners.
Now, are they doing it to the extent of what Pablo's reporting found out about basically following around a trans woman who's a Knicks fan at games? I don't know. I can't say that, but would shock me if these people were.
It would
That's all I'm
not.
saying.
And I will also say that, like, this is the first time I've experienced it to this. Like there was one, I will never blame the security guards. They're doing their job. But there was definitely one when I was there for the first game of the semis who was extra vigilant about making sure everyone went in to the facial recognition machine in single file, slowly enough, and all that. All the Dolan-owned properties that I've been to in the city, from the Beacon to Radio City, have had facial recognition for a couple of years now.
Not a surprise.
But it hasn't been as, I guess, invasive, which is the point, for it not for you not to notice it.
Right.
But
Wow. What a terrible pass.
There's a lot to be said there. I know some people be like, oh, whatever, but like how a company is utilizing something like that, I think matters.
no, and it's all part of like the 1,000 cuts, right? You know, we've gotten to a point where we don't value. I don't need to be on a privacy soapbox, but we don't value privacy because they chip away at it with every additional feature or additional convenience in your phone or your email, and then it leads to something like this.
And what's always concerned me with that stuff is that I don't want to get too deep into this, but whatever, it's a blowout. We will then be willing to give up certain freedoms. I'm not somebody to harp on the freedom train, as some people like to incorrectly use that.
Aha,
But
well done. So you told that line.
We'll be willing to give up freedoms in the sake of convenience because it's slowly being slipped into things that you're talking about. And that's where I'm just like, like some people gotta really wake up and see this stuff. You know, I gotta ask you. You're a Giants fan
some
too,
people
right?
won't.
I am a Giant. So you want to talk? You want to ask me about Dart
No, I'm gonna ask
and
you about
Abdul
that.
Carter?
Yeah, I think you're a great person to talk about this. I thought the discourse around it was predictable.
100% predictable.
Yeah.
Abdul Carter didn't help himself
He
by
did
saying
not.
by saying what he said after the fact either.
Obviously, listen, like, I think everyone, you don't even need to know who I am. You can just go to my Twitter or anything or read anything I've ever written and probably know where I fall on when it comes to Donald Trump. It was not a surprise at all from Jackson Dart.
No, the man was out. The man was out here. The man was been out here supporting and liking tweets and stuff from Charlie Kirk. And
Yep. No, we've known this about Jackson Dart.
he went to Ole Miss.
He went to Ole Miss. Cam Scadaboo doesn't believe concussions are real. You know, don't let's not look to our favorite football players to guide us through life.
Concussions or CTE? What are the regardless?
Both.
Fair.
Fair. Both.
Which as a running back, I mean,
I do think
Come on,
that it's a fair point to make that, like, if you play now, I'm like most. Not all black athletes are anti-Trump, but every black athlete has, in some way, felt the racism that he encourages.
Absolutely.
Let alone has said out loud. In 2016, when he got elected the first time, I wrote a piece when I was at Bloomberg, just running through all of the Muslim athletes because he was trying to actually institute a Muslim ban.
Yeah.
I was like, if you voted for this man, these are the athletes that he wants to not be able to play for your favorite team.
I remember reading your piece on this. Yeah.
So I was not surprised when Abdul Carter tweeted, I thought this was AI. Like, what are we doing here, man? I was surprised that whoever did, now I know that they're doing these things on their own, let that tweet stay up. And then to Bryan's point, not apology. He didn't actually apologize for it, but he basically
he was
said,
like, "We're good now." You know, we talked
about
it.
this, like, man, y'all can keep your narratives, right?
But and then to which people promptly replied, "You started the narrative."
Right. It's not. I think what's disappointing is, like, if you're shocked about it, don't like it, just stand on it.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like,
and
I think that's the problem.
We can
I
go
have
deep
with the
into
whole-
about some of the replies about how, hey, the football locker room is sacred.
which
shouldn't be happening.
Which is nonsense. Because here's the thing. I'll say it
If
here,
it was, then Jackson Dart wouldn't have done that to begin with.
and I understand completely where we work and the building I'm in and work for and all this other stuff.
Correct. Yeah.
But what I will say is, like, as a black person in journalism, I think people know where I stand and know where Bryan stands on things. And Kavitha, as you said,
You know more tomorrow if I get this damn video up.
I do think. What'd you say?
I said you'll know more about where I stand tomorrow if I get this damn video up.
That's a
know.
fantastic
It's a great
tease.
Yeah, Bryan has
For
something
the
good-
drop
Bryan has something good coming. But what
I got something coming on my channel.
what I will say is that we act sometimes. I'm somebody who pumps this hard on this show. We try to act like sports isn't work, that it isn't a workplace. And you know what happens at everyday workplaces? There are black and brown folks who absolutely are bothered by the administration in this country and the things that are spewed and the people who stand behind them, and they will be judgmental. And I always feel like this: I'm judgmental
But
of the people that
keep
stand
their
next to
heads down and
people.
keep their mouths shut.
Right. And,
Right.
and have to, because they could lose their jobs.
Because we don't have guaranteed contracts.
Right. And that's a different thing, right? And so to act like the locker room is sacred and there's never anything divisive in the locker room and nobody talks about this, it's complete and utter nonsense. Like this is not how this works. I think I'm going to keep it real here. I think the only reason those people say that is because the conversation about what Abdul Carter even put out in the first place makes them uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
That's the only reason they say
absolutely
it. And if you generally look at it, most of those people look the same.
Two things on that. One is it's always the stick to sports crowd that is the loudest and not doing it when it's their side. Because is there anything louder than showing up at a Trump rally?
Right.
Like,
No, he
But
didn't
when it was
show, he didn't show up.
He introduced.
He's right.
But those people say that all
It's
he
a
did
different
is
level. He was-
all he did was introduce him.
Sure.
Right?
But the word that you used about the locker room, divisive, I think that this is the conversation that we should be having, because on the one hand, I do actually very much believe that we are obviously in incredibly divisive times. Sports does have this, as fans and in a locker room, has this ability to bring us together over common ground when we don't have other things in common. I do believe that.
Yeah.
I think that's...
We're kind of seeing it with some Knicks fans.
But see,
now.
yes.
But see, can I say something about what you just said there that I think is very interesting, the way that you said it? As opposed
There's
to
a
other
big
people?
but, for sure.
You said it had the ability to do so. People talk about it like it's always guaranteed.
Like it's always what
And
happens.
if that was the case, and if that was true, Colin Kaepernick still would have had a long career playing
100%.
football. If that was true, you wouldn't see some of the racism we've seen in Europe with soccer that still goes on to this day. People throwing banana peels on the... So it has the ability. I think that's the key word in the sentence. Yes, sports has the ability to be the great
Less so
unifier.
now, though.
It's
Less so
not.
now.
I don't think it has the same ability now that it used to.
I will say that I'm always very encouraged when I'm on the road, and you all know this, when you're on the road for sports, you're usually not in like the most glamorous towns, you know, but when I'm on the road...
Well, coming from New York.
Well, you know, fair enough. But if I'm on the road and, like, let's say I'm in, you know, Memphis, or I was in Louisville. I mean, Louisville's actually quite a liberal place because it's a college town.
Yeah.
Lexington is a better example.
Haven't
You know,
been there, but I've been to Louisville.
and, you know, you're talking to the locals, or you're at a bar, and you can kind of tell what their politics are or something, but you start talking about a game, and you can actually have a good time with this person. So that I have experienced even recently, which is always a really nice thing. My big but to what I said before, to the ability, is that, like you said, it's always... It's considered to be a given that just the brotherhood of a locker room or the sisterhood of a locker room will unify you. And that's, one, obviously not true, but I think it also tends to come from a place where they're expecting the unification to come from the black and brown folks or the women or the gay people to keep their head down and to do the work to unify, instead of the people who are supporting policies that are meant to divide us.
Right. And I think...
The work is always one-sided when it comes to unity.
Completely agree. Other thing I'll add to that is, I want to harp on something Jaylen Brown said. I forgot what podcast he was on, but he said this recently. He talked about, he's like, yo, you can't keep politics out of sports. Politics have always been baked into the history of sports. When people say that, I'm always
Jaylen
like...
Brown said that?
Yeah, Jaylen Brown said this. He's a really good... I'll say
He
this
has an
to you.
interesting batting average, man.
Yeah, but he was spot on this, and he was talking about how
Jaylen Brown has said some questionable shit too. So
he has, but on this,
on this, he's absolutely
he
right.
hit the ball at the park, and he was like, "Look, you have owners that have different policies that don't sometimes align with the players on the court, and this stuff, and then sometimes as players, you can't really go against that."
Jaylen Brown, the same thing. Listen, there's a lot of workplaces where that can mirror that.
That can
also,
mirror that, and
point.
this to the point. And this is, and people don't guarantee contracts, like Kavitha said, so they can't necessarily get around that. But it's convenient when people want to put the politics out of sports and keep it out of it. And I mentioned Colin Kaepernick. We saw people reacted to that. It's just, you can't. I think we gotta, like, for people, please put that argument to bed. Like, please put it. Sports has always had politics in it. If sports didn't have politics in it, we could go back to when black folks in this country, who are still now with things that are happening with voting and everything, still fighting for their rights for that. Black folks weren't allowed to play baseball. That wasn't political, huh? You know, the over patriotic sell during sports.
Yep.
Right? Howard Bryan has a fantastic book on this called The Heritage, in which he speaks very much about this. Like, all the political stuff that we see in sports, of the patriotic nature, the flyovers, all that. If you're going to take that out of sports, then.
I mean, the anthem itself.
The anthem.
The anthem itself.
And people don't know about the history behind the anthem. A lot of people don't know.
A couple of self-promotion plugs. We got time. One is I did write a column.
Yeah, it got a little dicey a second ago. It was like 16, and it was like,
16.
And I was back to 22.
Yeah,
so
as long as we're staying above the 20 mark, I think we can continue to fail.
Yeah.
2016, I wrote a column.
Did they just get a turnover?
Yes.
Oh!
I mean, what are we talking about?
Okay, I do have a basketball thing to say. I do think that this is really good for OG to find his groove back, because even as well as his team has been playing since he has come back from injury, he's been okay, but he's been a little like trepidatious. You can see him maybe protecting himself a little bit more. So it's good to see him going hard, able to go hard a little.
I thought the last game I was encouraged by how he came hard, and I think, but I also think, another thing with him, more rest will help him.
Yes.
Bang that.
Oof. Pretty.
God, he almost landed on the back of his head.
Back to 26. Go ahead, Kavitha. What's up?
Oh, no. Okay, so 2016, wrote a column when I was at ESPN called, I believe it was, "If You Think Sports Has Never Been Political, Think Again." And I basically run down a lot of the history of why that is just untrue.
Yeah, it's completely untrue.
The other thing is, I think the word politics...
I think your boy's okay.
That's all good.
I think your boy's okay.
All good. No hesitation there. I think the word politics is overused, like, in order to talk about things that you are uncomfortable talking about. So,
Absolutely
like, yes,
agree.
I think it is political that black people weren't allowed to play baseball, but other people would say that's not politics, that was the racism of the time, those are two different things. Now everything is attached to a party. And I don't think that that's necessarily true. I think that that's a really good red herring to, like, avoid the actual conversation we're trying to have.
I find it interesting that people will say it's not politics to that about black people not being allowed to play baseball when there were literal laws that were in place for black people to not be in certain places. Right? And
it is always mirrored. That's the point that I've tried to make this point in the column I just mentioned, but in a lot of my writing. It is whatever is happening on the field or in the policy ranks of a sport or a team that we love has always mirrored what is happening in the country, in the world.
Thank you. That's what needed to be said. Thank you. And so with that, just to bring it back full circle, how we got on this, if that because that is just facts, that is 100% undeniable. That's exactly why you saw the conversation you saw around Jackson Dart and Abdul Carter. And I also feel like Coach Harbaugh has been skating a lot on this in a way too. But I kind of wish for Abdul Carter.
Head coach is skating this summer? No way.
Head coach John Harbaugh has been skating?
I know.
That's crazy.
I kind of wish.
What is it with these AFC coaches skating on things?
I kind of wish Abdul Carter had just stood 10 toes down.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk about everything and man it up. You know, you could have been like, hey, I told him my politics, and I don't rock with it.
I think I think the y'all can keep your narratives is really the part of that I have most issue with. Because I think it's fine if he came out and he say, we talked it out as men.
Like, you don't need to protect the quarterback here.
Right.
He might not even be that good. Like, we don't know.
Done.
That's also fair.
And you could have left it at that. We talked about it.
I have my issues. I explained them. That's it.
That's it.
We're
You
fine.
Just say we talked about it.
Football. Yeah.
We have an understanding.
Right.
That's it. I'm going to sack the shit out of him in practice. Like, that's it.
Well, you can't hit him in practice. You have the red jersey on.
He could say it. He could still say that though.
That you want people to be more mad at him?
Who's more valuable, Abdul Carter or Jackson Dart?
Don't let most of the Giants fans answer.
Most of them will say Jackson Dart, but you sure he's going to be better long term?
I don't know that.
Is there a long term with the way he plays?
The one other thing you said, Kavitha, I thought that was 100% spot on, was who the onus is on when something is political to say something.
Yeah.
Right? I believe until now, even if we just take this, I understand that Abdul Carter made the comments. We haven't heard nothing from Jackson Dart. Mm-hmm. Right? Whenever something happens, it is on, like you said, is on the black athletes, it's on the female athletes, it's on the LGBTQ athletes to speak out and say something. And I'm going to say this as a black person, even in media, that's exhausting. Mm-hmm. It gets real exhausting all the time because we're not oppressing ourselves.
Right.
Like, other people could talk about it too, and you don't see them say anything, and their silence gets to be just okay. So
yeah, I think a completely fair question of Jackson Dart would be, did you consider the dynamics of your locker room or how some of your teammates might feel about you? I think that's a fair way to word that question. I think it's a fair question to ask. I don't think,
and you know somebody will get pushback for asking that if they were to, from people on Twitter.
It's funny because that's an interesting point that people would get pushback on that, because you know who got asked that very same question? Colin Kaepernick. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When he started doing his protest, and he stood there and explained his protest. Mm-hmm. And even when he explained his protest, which was a justifiable protest thing to protest for against police brutality, when he did that, he then was still questioned.
People didn't like the explanation.
Right.
And he had, I'm forgetting and it's a Memorial Day, he had a man who served the country, serviceman. Forgetting his name right now, I apologize.
I'm also.
But
Marine, I believe.
That's where
he got that idea.
He talked to Colin Kaepernick. He said, "Hey, I think it's more respectful." He obviously,
because he was initially sitting down. Right.
He said, "I thought it was more respectful for you to take a knee than sit down." And Colin Kaepernick, I think it's lost in the story, wasn't like, "Nah, man, I'm gonna do this the way I want to." He was like, "All right, I don't want to disrespect."
My intention is not disrespecting the military, and if you told me
and
this,
he said that.
Right.
He literally said that.
Yeah.
And was asked about how his teammates were feeling. He said, I don't want to disrespect my teammates. I don't want to. He says, I'm bringing attention to something.
Nate Boyer.
And it was a good thing. And we saw how much scrutiny he got. And I think sometimes when you see the scrutiny, you saw the vitriol that came for Abdul Carter. Mm-hmm. It's because, one, the conversation makes people uncomfortable. And two, it's about how the person looks who's saying it. Right? That's so much of it that happens right there. And it's like, how dare you speak out against this?
For sure. I think 3. Ooh.
Your boy Shamit. He ain't just hitting threes.
Has Shamit missed a shot?
I think he missed one, but I could be wrong. Let's see. No, he's not missed a shot.
That's crazy.
Or a free throw.
Really?
No. 4 for 4, 3 of 3 from 3, plus 21.
You love to see it.
Everybody on the Knicks today is at least plus 10. That's played a minute. This is just. Oh, we had a good conversation. We had
listen, great conversation.
I'm glad. That was a really good conversation. Show him the money says Pat Leonard, who loves to instigate. He said he will definitely ask Jackson. I hope he asks him that question. I'm with Kavitha. I don't think that's an instigating question. I think it's more than a fair question if it's phrased exactly the way that you said.
It has to be worded properly. That's true of any question, though.
Sure.
I think that it's not an unfair question to ask him. But that goes to my y'all can keep your narratives part. That's part of a broader push against having real conversations and asking questions that journalists are supposed to be able to ask. So
I also wonder, him writing that, was that him? Or was that?
I mean, maybe not, but it's still the overarching thing is the media. It's easier to put the idea of divisiveness onto the media. The media is still the enemy,
right?
Even when this whole thing was sparked by a player doing something potentially questionable.
Look at the pass, Landry dropping dimes. Yeah, I agree. I think that's a problem with it. Even if somebody told him yo, you got to call this, you got to put another tweet and call this, which I do think happened.
Absolutely, that's a conversation that happened.
Yeah.
Should probably make the quarterback say something too. Literally the quarterback of the team.
I do agree.
But by the way, Mikhail's 4 for 16.
Mikal Bridges had his worst shooting night in almost a little under a month, and nobody's going to care.
I will. Had him over 14 and a half.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, so the bettors care.
Well,
He's got 13. This is why I'm not going to bet anymore.
Shout out Jake Fedita. This whole team is like the Monstars. It's true.
11 in a row, man. It's wow. It's insane, man. It's insane. It's insane.
Nice little, not that he needed it too much, but nice little bounce back game from Mitch as well. Like,
well, they were so big they couldn't do it. They couldn't even go to the hack of Mitch to do that. But I think good point by you, because I think it's good for him to get in somewhat of a rhythm. He's caught a couple oops, 8.6 rebounds.
I don't even have.
It's been good.
A question for Brian Lewis later.
I have questions for Brian Lewis. There's plenty of questions we'll have for Brian
you'll
Lewis.
find some questions.
I can always find some questions. I don't know how long we'll be talking to Brian Lewis today. Brian Lewis joins us for our post game. I don't know, but I'll have some questions.
We are trying to get poor this Bryan out of here.
We're trying to get. So what we need the refs to do is not call a lot of fouls in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Keep this moving. We'll keep it tight.
Also, just for all of us navigating 6th Avenue after this win.
Yeah, I'm worried about that.
I'm a little worried about that.
I'm worried about that. It's a holiday night. People are supposed to go back to work tomorrow. We'll see about that. If you're remote, shout out to you.
It's a holiday for Knicks fans. They're not going to want to go to work.
I'm remote tomorrow, I think. I know I'm not here, but I got to see what the hell's going on otherwise.
See, I'm trying to catch some news I missed earlier today. Wander Franco declared criminally responsible,
but will not serve time.
But he's not. Yeah.
That's a rough story.
Yeah. Don't Google that one.
No, don't read that police report.
Yeah. I mean, if you're curious.
Yeah.
I mean, I did, because I'm like, what did he do? And I was like, oh. Yeah.
Oh. The judge considered Franco been a victim of extortion and blackmail by the minor's mother. That's interesting.
You know, this is my level of cynicism when it comes to things like this. Like, even like the Diddy trial, for example, I'm like, who are the lawyers?
Well, also you're the judge.
Who are the? Yeah, right. I'm looking at that and I'm just like, okay. Then, because
this is the quote.
It's not always about like who's actually innocent and who isn't.
Quote
it's just
from
like
the judge,
who can just present the better case. That's just.
It seems contradictory to declare criminal responsibility and at the same time exempt him from punishment. Yeah, you think? The court has granted Wander Franco a judicial pardon due to the particular circumstances that made him a material victim, but not a legal one.
So this is a difficult one for me, because I actually cover a lot of sexual assault and stuff like that cases, but this is Dominican law, and I don't know Dominican law.
Right, and it's funny. I remember at the time.
I know someone who does.
I remember all of this.
Another dinner off your plate.
More.
Yeah. I remember getting somebody on, and it was like we were trying to talk about this when this news broke, but it was like, a lot of the things you might think that are here doesn't work.
That jersey's not real, right?
It looks fake.
Yeah.
Actually, when we were at the Garden when was that, last Tuesday? I saw someone in a Mitchell Robinson number 5 Texas Longhorns jersey. He did not go there.
That's what I know.
No, it did not make. He's not even from Texas.
He went to Western Kentucky, but like,
right.
No.
Not even from Texas, though. I think it's a Longhorns fan who also really loves Mitchell Robinson, which is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Someone should just walk around with a Jalen Brunson St. John's jersey, see how that goes. Speaking of St. John's, somebody commented something about St. John.
Will we see St. John's basketball next year?
Dex, look at Astrid's comment.
Hold on. I might have scrolled up. Dominican law is corrupt as AF, sadly. Yeah.
Qualified to say that.
Landry Shaman still
He's 4 for 4. Took all of Mikal Bridges' powers.
Mikal still has time to get one more bucket for you.
Mikal's playing well. He's just missing shots. But it doesn't matter, because so are all the Cavs.
I am old enough to remember when Mikal couldn't make a 3 unless it were a corner 3.
Yes.
So
1 for 8 from 3 today. No one's counting. There's Tyson.
I thought he was going to go too strong there.
Nah, man, you got to get these buckets when they don't matter anymore. I like that the game is flying. Mm-hmm. Hopefully I didn't jinx it. Knock on wood. Because we're about to enter the fourth quarter, and it's about to be 10 o'clock.
This has been a very quick moving game.
With, I will say, the ESPN timeouts.
I was going to say post game could help us because, like...
Will people file out?
Probably not, but the problem is, like, that. So that's
People
the thing.
can wait
I'm like,
for the awards.
they might linger around, what have you. I don't know, man. But I'll tell you what, if I was a street vendor, I'm staying outside.
Oh, yeah.
I'm staying outside tonight. You know, I mean, protect yourself, but I'm staying outside. Somebody's gonna want a kebab or a hot dog after this.
Definitely some water. There's some nips
an
being passed around in that crowd right now. Stop it.
Get an empanada, you know what I'm saying, and a juice.
I'm sure. I'm sure they're selling. They got the concession stands open at Radio City.
Oh, for sure.
But Radio City doesn't have food, if I recall, right?
Yeah,
they only have snacks. They have like
popcorn and that kind of
and
thing.
stuff like
Popcorn,
that.
definitely. I went there for a comedy show not that long ago.
I was there last year for a concert. I think all they had was like candy and like popcorn.
Oh, okay.
The mumbling of that was hilarious.
Not the best week for that.
It's all right.
For that one. Shout out to Chelsea Handler.
Oh, nice steal.
Although I gotta be honest, like, I think that one's a little more nuanced than Mr. Tony. Mm-hmm. I think Tony's like all the way there.
Yeah.
The other one, I kind of think he, is in and out of both worlds.
That's fair.
I don't know how else to, I'm not trying to shoot him bail because he's funny.
Right.
Because I ain't that dude.
Right.
If that
From
went in.
behind the backboard, if that had gotten in,
honest to God, like.
No, then I'll buy your touch by God theory.
What happened there? Did Bridges get fouled?
I thought so.
Because if he's getting 2 free throws.
Picasso Lorente, a.k.a. Pistons fan, here says the Knicks are not a good team, it's a manufactured team. What does that even mean?
What team is not manufactured?
Right. Teams are all built. So I'm not
built,
sure.
You're putting pieces together, you're making
put pieces
trades.
together to build a team. I think that's one of those things like
not homegrown.
No, he thought he was spitting bars, and he's just spitting nonsense.
But so what? There's many ways to build a team.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I mean, I don't. Especially if you're a New York team. It's like,
I don't understand what that
like,
means. I don't understand what that means.
Look, if I'm a New York.
No, but like real talk with
If I'm a New York team, it's like I'm gonna spend time developing all my own players. Like I'm in. Look at what market am I in?
Also, with a
I
hard
can trade
cap
for this guy and this guy. Yeah.
There's not a way to actually develop your entire team. Unless you're OKC.
Listen, well, no.
But even then,
because
even then you have to make some decisions.
let the Jalen Williams trade rumors start
Yep.
once the play. Even if they win the championship, which is their favorite
They
to
will,
do.
because they can move his contract.
You heard it here first. He said they're going to win the championship.
No, I didn't say
you heard that.
I said even if they don't, I said they can move his
Mikhail just
contract.
got the over.
Because you have to, in a hard salary cap league, you have to keep being like, okay, can I move this asset? Can I flip this?
You have to keep resetting the clock on these contracts. And they're going to keep Chet, and they're obviously going to keep Shea. So Jalen is
which apron are they on right now?
I think Jalen's gonna. They're not. They're good. Okay. But the problem is Shea's contract is gonna be what it is. Chet's kicking in. Jalen's kicking in, and you still have to pay Case and Wallace if you want to keep him. AJ Mitchell is a year or 2 away, but you'll have to pay to keep him too. So you're looking at down the line. That's why it kind of makes sense that they keep drafting dudes who are injured.
Right.
Like they drafted Nikola Topic, who I thought was going to be really good, and then he had a partially torn ACL coming out of last year's draft, and then he had testicular cancer this year, so he didn't play much for obvious reasons.
But he might next year.
But next year
really
he might.
good.
And he looks pretty good when he's played. But I think first of all, ACL cancer, you got to deal with that first.
Right.
But even next year when he plays, he's going to be like 21, 22. They got Thomas Sorber, who tore his ACL, who didn't play all year. He's going to play next year. I don't think they're going to want to pay that big bill. They're definitely – I don't think Dort's going to be back.
Yeah.
He's been not great in these playoffs. He's been fouling more than anything else. And I don't think Isaiah Hartenstein is going to be back either because of the big money that he has. And he has a team option that they could just decline.
Right.
I think they'll just be like, all right, Chet, go be an adult now. You have to be on your own in the pay here, and we'll get Thomas Sorber ready, and they'll probably sign somebody else. Like they'll probably just sign somebody who's a lot cheaper than Isaiah Hartenstein to like fulfill that role.
But
that's what great organizations do, honestly.
I think the thing now, and I think what OKC realizes is like it's not the way you have to be, but it's how you can be. If you can draft the right guys and get them on cheap contracts or tradable contracts like a Jalen Williams, if you can keep moving it along, you'll be fine. Like, that's what you want to do. It's a risk calculus, just like the Knicks even made in the way they've built this team. The Knicks used their assets, whether it was R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, to go get an OG Anunoby. They used first-round picks to go get Mikal Bridges. That trade
shout
looks
out!
fine
I wanted to
Grimes
shout
too.
him out. Shout out James Edwards, who had a great piece in the Athletic about
the
Mikal Bridges trade.
Yes, and also shout out James. I had messaged you yesterday. Got to see your Tottenham Hotspur. They stayed up. They weren't relegated. So I know he's happy about that. Yeah, I think that trade. We talked about that in the last show. That trade to me has been validated. I agree with James on that. There's nothing you can say about it. You want to make a trade that gives you a chance to compete for championships. The Knicks did that. They're going to go to the NBA Finals. If they win it, I don't even think they need to win it. Just getting to the finals validates that trade.
Again, now, unless he plays terribly in the finals, and then people are going to be like, oh, 5 picks. Look at what he did in the finals. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's going to be.
Those people are just waiting for that. That's part of you getting there.
And you know that's going to happen. I think that I don't know if that'll be the majority. I'm not saying that necessarily, but I do think that's going to become a thing. Especially given that defensively, you would think there are more answers for him, and that's Cleveland. Like, they have to worry about Brunson, they have to worry about Cat. They just don't have enough defense, whereas theoretically the next two teams do. We have a bunch of comments, including one that I'm going to read out loud from Arthur. Keep it clean, NYC. Don't want to see used condoms in the streets with Coke bags.
What?
So,
who's doing that?
That's not the shit that's in our streets.
Wait. First of all, who's doing that is a loaded question. I'm sure there are people doing that. I've never seen it, Arthur.
I've never heard of it.
You sure people haven't done this?
I'm not sure.
I have definitely seen an empty Coke bag on the sidewalk. I've also seen an empty Coke bag on the sidewalk in almost every city I've been to.
Sure.
I'm sure people have done both those things at the same time. That's all I'm saying. So I get Arthur's larger point.
That's just not, like, if you're talking about the trash in New York, that's not where my mind would immediately go to.
No, mine would just go to rats. And that's what I don't want to see.
Rats going to be there regardless.
Listen.
Rats going to be there regardless.
Oh, less of them now, feels like. I've got to be honest. Hopefully I didn't jinx it.
Well, Eric Adams, new Albanian citizen Eric Adams, did give us trash containers. So.
Well, he said. Remember, he had a rat czar.
He had a rat czar.
He had a rat czar to potentially solve this problem. He went left, not in that way.
No,
but
he went like, but
like cuckoo left, not like not like the political spectrum left. If anything, he went to the opposite.
He went southwest.
Southwest.
Yeah, he went south, as a matter of fact.
South. I love that. South. That man is damn near the equator now. All right, final quarter, 98-71. And the Knicks, they're going to, I say 3 more minutes. You
and
can
then
get the rest of these starters
start
out of
resting
here.
people for sure.
Yeah, Cat and OG can get off the floor.
Speaking of condoms, Cavs got fucked in this series.
It's like, I'm going to need you to end that sentence.
Yeah, I was like, what's that? What are you doing
I wanted
here?
to hold it just because I was like, I could feel the room.
You know what?
I like awkwardness. I can feel the room just kind of like.
I was going to do something about with the word expected there, and I'm just going to leave it
I
alone.
looked to see, I was like, let's see if Dexter's going to jump in and undercut this. I was like, give me the beat.
I was like, I don't know what to say this.
So it happens when the Knicks are up 30 again, and it's like, it's literally like what.
But again, like, I'm looking at the shooting numbers, and obviously, intensity is lower, but they're shooting 49% from the floor, 44% from 3. The Cavs are shooting 39% from the floor, and they're 8 for 30 from 3. Like,
yeah, that's outrageous.
Knicks have 12 steals in this game.
Yeah.
But that's the game right there. It's like that. It's the shooting combined with the turnovers, combined with the rebounds, combined with the fast break points. It's like just getting outplayed in every facet. He was out of bounds.
Yep. Knicks ball movement has been great today. 37 field goals, 25 assists. Like,
If you're
the offense is just playing at an extremely high level, and Cleveland has nothing for them. And again, I think the way the Knicks have played through the last couple of rounds, it didn't. People could get in the chat and say Detroit would have got their behinds handed to them in 5. I don't think it was going to matter the way the Knicks would play. They would have won a game because it's Cade and dudes. They weren't winning 2 games. So I would have picked the Knicks in 5 anyway, and I still think Detroit would have had more resistance to me than Cleveland, and I do not think the games, but I still think they were losing in 5. I just think the Knicks are playing at a high level right now that they've looked like the best team in the Eastern Conference for quite some time.
Well, but I do think, I can't remember if we talked about this offline or on, but the rust that we had, because we very much did have rust versus rest in game 1 and figured it out, obviously, with 7:41 to go in the 4th. But would we have been able to do that in the 4th quarter against a Pistons team? And I think that changes the whole way we play these next 3 games. I
say no if the Knicks had, but I wonder if the Knicks would even. I think they could have still been down with the rust against. Let's say the same way it played out, they'd have been down. I think the Pistons just not being as good offensively, they probably wouldn't have been as down as much. So I'd say yes, they could have came back. It'd have been easier to me in a way, not easier. They could have came back against the Pistons, but I don't know if the deficit would have been as large. Maybe they're down 14, and not instead of 22.
That's fair.
Is what I would say. But listen, the Pistons didn't beat the Cavs.
Right. No, I mean
they didn't beat the Cavs.
Law of transference for sure.
And I generally would have said that I thought the Pistons were better than the Cavs, but they didn't beat them.
I do wonder what the Cavs do organizationally, because it's kind of like
their second apron team.
No, it's like the Knicks last year, where it's like you have all this money committed to this team, you finally do get to the conference finals. Although the Knicks, while they got handled, they won 2 games. Cavs didn't win any. The context of a rest advantage wasn't really applicable last year because the Pacers got the Cavs out of there in 5. The Knicks won against the Pistons in 6. They might have been a day apart. Like, it wasn't a big thing. And then here, there's the 1 week thing. So it's like, if you're Cleveland, do you just say, hey, if you beat the Pistons sooner, this is a different series? What do you do about Kenny? Because I don't think he lost you this series individually, but he at least lost you game 1.
Right.
Like, I'm not off that.
Timeout is crazy.
Not using it.
Not using that timeout is crazy.
3. 3.
Do you think he's on the hot seat?
I don't think, no, because
because they got further than they had been before.
Yeah, and I don't know if you're Dan Gilbert, do you really have the appetite to pay another coach right now? You know, like
Yeah, but then that's the question about what they do with their roster, because they're a second apron team. Do they want to be in second apron for 2 years in a row? Like, that's.
Well, Donovan's extension eligible, so that's the thing. We're gonna get answers quickly. Because
are you bringing back James Harden?
If he signs the extension, I think you are, but I think they're gonna do it on he's got an option for 42, and I think you try to do the Fred VanVleet where it's like a 2-year, $60 million or something like that. I wouldn't want to pay him that, but I'm a James Harden atheist.
Yeah.
Like, I've said this over and over. So I wouldn't have traded for him to begin with.
Right.
Even though I understood the trade philosophically, Darius Garland played actually pretty well once he got traded to the Clippers. And then with Jared Allen, it's like that's kind of the guy you move maybe. Because
what's his contract like?
So he's got 28 next year, then 30, then 32.
Okay.
Good luck finding
anyone to take that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, not that it's a terrible contract, but typically, at least for me, you really want to pay the elite centers, and otherwise you kind of want them on like a mid-tier type of salary, because it becomes hard to feel this is a Mitchell Robinson question that's going to be asked regardless of whatever happens in the finals, and me and Dexter are on the side of do you really want to pay him that much money to not play back-to-backs?
I don't know. If you get him at the same number that he's getting now, like for $13 million, then that's maybe different, you know? The Knicks might want more flexibility against the second apron, because especially if they win the whole thing, they might be like, or lose, how do we keep our flexibility going forward? And that might be a way you can save some money, bring a guy like Diawara back.
What do we think that number is going to be, though?
That's the thing.
That's the
I don't
thing.
know.
Who's the team?
Right.
Who's the
Like,
team?
that's really the question.
The team
right?
that could probably overpay him are the Lakers. That are going to want to.
So that's the one, because they're gonna be in the market for a bunch.
And there's
of
not a lot of
Right.
teams with cap space. It's like 3.
Right.
So, yeah, that's the key. Because it's like, if the Knicks might have their number in mind, I think they do. This is why he doesn't have an extension or anything, and he's got his number in mind. But the Knicks, why they haven't done it, I think they're going to be like, hey, go test the open market. We're willing to see, and if not, we'll move this. We have 3. What do they have? The Knicks have a first-round draft pick, 2 second-round draft picks this year, assuming they don't trade them.
They don't have a lot beyond that.
Beyond that,
So that's
which might be,
which means you could trade for a future pick with one of your current picks.
which wouldn't shock me if they did that.
Right, especially in the second round.
If they maybe they might trade their high second for a future.
Yeah.
Might get them a future first.
you might be able to get 2
or 2 seconds.
protected seconds or something
Yeah,
like that.
they might do that because they're going to think about the flexibility down the road. And if you hit on your first round pick, you get a second round pick, and you let Mitchell Robinson walk, you now have some more flexibility for the future. Because that's what the NBA is right now. If you're good and you're up against the second apron, the Knicks want to stay under it, you got to try to stay under it.
Right.
And it's like, I'm with Bryan. You pay the elite bigs. You don't pay the.
This
Robinson
is
an
a
elite
Jalen Duren
offensive
question for the Pistons
Yeah.
that they're gonna have now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what you're gonna pay him like Bam's last contract when he's not that?
Well, and how
Evan
much
Mobley's
do you,
last contract?
when you're considering that for the not elite big men, how much do you consider the recent playoff performance? Because that goes
That's
in
a good-
opposite directions for Jalen Duren versus Mitch, right?
That's a good question because
Yeah.
Jalen Duren probably lost himself some money.
Right.
Well, we'll see at the market.
Yeah,
there.
because his agent's gonna be like, well, he's young and look at what he did in the regular season.
Right.
He'll figure it out in the playoffs. And then if I'm the GM, if I'm Trajan Langdon, I'm like, you sure he's gonna figure it out?
what's
in
the
the
sign? Like,
playoffs?
how do I know that?
Like, I'll just
Right.
show all the film of this, and it's like we're gonna keep seeing these teams,
Right.
You
Right.
know what I mean? Like, we didn't even see you against the Knicks this year because he didn't play any of the games where the Pistons whooped the Knicks during the regular season. And I was saying if the Pistons played the Knicks, it would be the first time they get to see Jalen Duren in the playoffs, which would have been interesting matchup wise, so that you can gauge. All right, were the other series bad matchups, or are you just not there in the playoffs yet? Now he's very young. And I still think he's going to be good, and he is good. Just had a bad playoffs, but it was a really bad playoff. It was a significant drop off.
if you invest
significant
wrong in
enough
that-
drop off where I'm like, yo, can you just give him the Jalen Green contract and be like, yo, just take this?
There were 2 games there where he forgot how to shoot.
yeah,
like-
around the rim, he was just not
Yeah.
making.
And wasn't rebounding either,
No.
which was shocking.
Yeah,
That was
and look,
the other thing.
but part of the problem is also when you're guarding the Pistons, Asar Thompson just stands in the corner, and other teams are going to be like, well, you
Right.
ain't going to shoot.
Right.
So guess where his defender is? With Jalen Duren in the paint.
Right.
So they're able to have 2 in Jalen Duren at all times. So you have to figure out how to create more space for Jalen Duren, and you have to be like, all right, if you're committing to Cade, Asar, and Duren long term, one of them other 2 dudes, and it has to be Asar Thompson, has to be able to shoot a corner 3.
Right.
Like, be a threat from out there.
Yeah, and so-
Otherwise, you're going to get defended the way you were defended, and you're not going to get that far in the playoffs because Cade's going to have to do everything.
Which is you neutralize Cade, and then if Jalen Duren's not doing anything,
Right,
at the
like
rim,
fresh off of a
right.
collapsed lung, you can't put him in that
Yeah.
position where he's just doing everything.
But
He had the hardest job out of anybody, any star of the playoffs.
But
this year.
but to Kavitha's point, that's why it's so important for them with the team building going forward because you have if you're Trajan Langdon, you're like, am I committing this much money to 2 non-shooters? I mean, it was Detroit's flaw, and it's why they were a flawed team, and it's why you're going to get paid, and you're going to be judged on what you do in the playoffs, like we saw with the Knicks. We talked about this with Mike Brown. We talked about with Cat. We talked about Mikal Bridges. And I don't want to kill Jalen Duren because he's a young player.
Sure.
And he could get it done. I think he's got limitations to his game, but do you want to invest? And that hurts the rest of your team building going forward. And so for me, I don't want to say buyer beware. That sounds a little bit harsh. But you got to be careful about how you do it. It's the same for the Knicks with Mitch to some degree because how much are you willing to invest in an elite rebounder and good defensive player, but he only plays half the games?
Yeah, I think for Mitch, my question is less the dollar amount and more the years.
He's going to want 3+
He is.
for sure. He wants
This is his chance at a big contract.
at a big contract, and it's not a bad market. It's not a great market for him, but there's a team with a need.
Yo, I'll be honest with you. Like, how big of a contract does he actually deserve?
But that's the question.
Like-
That's what we're talking about with the price tag. Is he gonna get a contract that's actually more than he gets 13 mil right now this season?
Right.
Yeah.
Are you really giving him that much more than that with his free throw offensive limitations? Like, he might actually be appropriately paid if you think about it.
Do you give him 3 and 60, 65? Like,
if you,
No.
no, of course not.
Because
not if you're were you asking that in the case of the Knicks or in any team?
No, if I'm the Knicks, because he's part. Look, if I'm gonna be real, Mitch, like, look, great offensive rebounder. You're part of an ensemble. Bro.
yes, yeah.
Like, if I'm the front office, I'm gonna be like, all right, go get your money in Atlanta.
Right.
Like, go ahead.
Or,
go get your money
Like
somewhere.
I said, the Lakers are the one that makes
or the
sense
Lakers,
they
or
need a
whomever.
rim running center.
Like, go ahead. I don't even know if Atlanta's gonna have money, but I'm just throwing a team out there where he would make sense conceptually. But it's like, I'm not doing that. Like, this just doesn't make a lot of sense. I already have to babysit the minutes. Like, I'm playing you 18 minutes a game if things go well, and not back to backs. So I need another
And I
center.
actually can't play you in the last 2 minutes of any quarter.
Right. So I need another. And on top of that, you're a terrible free throw shooter. But the only reason it still works out here is because the Knicks are
Right.
really good. Like, the team has been really good.
They were built
Go
in a
do this on
way-
another team that's more limited. Like, they're built to sustain how bad Mitch is from the free throw.
Not just to stay.
I agree with that.
I will also say, like, they were built in a way where the things that Mitch does the best fit perfectly
Right.
into what other people don't do.
Right.
You see, I mean, like, these couple of games notwithstanding, like, you definitely do see, especially on the offensive boards, but you see the rebounding disparity when he is and when he isn't in the game, the second chance point differential. So.
Right. I think what we're all trying to figure out is, like, what's the value?
What's
of that?
the number?
What's the value of that
Right.
on a championship level team?
Right.
Because that's what the Knicks are. They're going to be literally competing in the final round for a championship. And
regardless of outcome, they're going to try to be in this position again.
again next year, right?
So
Regardless
it'll be harder,
of outcome.
but they're gonna
that's
be
the
in that
thing.
mix.
It's like, if you can get to the position next year without being in the second apron, that's a great position from team building to be in. That's what you want to be able to do. Now, I don't know, are you trusting Ariel Hakporti to play the backup minutes next year, or will you draft another center? Do you just try to get some more size on the team? Maybe somebody in the chat said draft Zubi Ejiofor, a player Bryan and I both like out of St. John's. There's a lot of options. Look at these bench points tonight, 42-7. Excuse me, another
Wow, Dadier.
Yeah, like
Naquan Tomlin's a hater. Couldn't let Dadier.
We got some
his
Tyler
moment.
Kolek minutes in here.
yeah, we did.
Joel Embiid is the highest paid center still for next season. Anthony Davis, Nikola Jokic, Towns, which that's going to be an interesting contract. I guess Towns is just going to get the extension this summer.
Maybe.
At this point,
I think he's earned that.
he probably is. Will you regret it on the back end? Probably, but you're paying for the front end.
Right.
Yeah, but
Bam after that. Why is Embiid on here twice? I guess that's his next contract. Okay, I see what happened. His next contract will put him at number 1. My God. Chet's up there, Sengun. I mean, those are the centers that are. I wouldn't pay Embiid today, and I wouldn't pay Anthony Davis today. I'd pay for Jokic. Towns. Like, I'd pay Towns, but, like, would I want to pay him long term? Mm-hmm. That's where I'd be a little like that. That's going to be. I think that might not be an open and shut case, like an open and shut negotiation. Mm-hmm. He'll want the max he can get.
Dadier.
And it's like, what if we haven't seen that all season?
This is what I'm saying. Like, this actually is like making the point I made earlier for me. We've had so many of these like 6+ minutes of garbage time games where we're able to get some of these players significant minutes. So if we ever do need to like the depth is a real
important.
thing.
And
And the fact
other
that
guys.
they got that experience even during the regular
Yep.
season. Is God, I thought that was going in. The fact they even got that during the regular season, I think, is a testament to Mike Brown. And look, the Knicks' development has been fine for what some guys. I'm very excited about Mohamed Diawara, who's on the floor. I think that was a good draft pick by the Knicks. The Knicks are going to feel, this is to get back to Mitchell Robinson, I think they're going to feel like their future's bright
Right.
if they are able to even let go of him, because the way they've been able to develop some young players. Well, you look at Mitchell Robinson as an example, Miles McBride as an example, Kolek to some degree this year as an example. He's got some defensive limitations. Diawara, like, that's the thing. You got to hit even on these second-round picks today.
Well,
you have
they're
to do that.
jumping on our
There it
conversation
is.
right there.
I mean, this is they're one of the most fascinating offseason teams this year. It's like you finally got to this point,
Highest
And-
payroll in the NBA.
and you didn't win a game. I mean, look, This is like Portland when they got to the conference finals in 2019.
Oh, poor Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah. I mean, look, being compared to Damian Lillard is not a bad thing necessarily.
It's not, but
No.
I feel for him too, honestly, because it's like, but this is what I was saying coming into it. It's like on the Cavs, I trust one dude in the playoff series on that entire team of their core four, I should say. No, on that entire team, actually. On that entire team. Because I know Max Strus has had some playoff moments. I've also seen him go like 1 for 8.
Right.
You know, when Jimmy Butler and Bam really needed him to hit some threes, and he did not. So Donovan Mitchell's the only dude I trusted to play well. And by extension, like nobody's done anything, so he didn't have the series that. It's kind of like Tyrese Maxey last series.
yeah.
I thought Maxey would have a really good series, but like nobody could do anything, and there's only but so much you could do if nobody's doing anything.
I was more afraid
you
of the
got
Sixers.
Dadier hitting threes.
Dadier's looked good at
Like confident, yeah. Like he's never
Except by 45.
he's never played this well in garbage time.
No,
before.
he's not.
That's crazy.
I've never seen him look this confident in garbage time.
Thomas Bryant. Shout out to Thomas Bryant.
Like,
He's on another deep playoff run. He was with the Pacers last year. He got a ring with the Nuggets.
Oh, that's right.
Like,
yeah, I think why the Cavs are, to your point, Brian, are one of the most interesting teams is that they have the highest payroll in the NBA. They're a second apron team that didn't.
I didn't actually realize that until that graphic just came up.
They didn't get a win in the conference finals, and you have the highest payroll in the NBA.
$222 million next year of Harden option.
So, yeah.
And he probably, I think he opts out and gets.
I think the thing the Knicks have to feel good is their core isn't. They're not super young, but they're not old either.
Right.
They're like all right in their
They're
primes.
like teetering on that.
Right, but they're all right in their primes, and it's like you can have this window. Windows I don't like really talking about because they're so short. You never.
Yeah.
Right now in the NBA, you don't know which
Somebody
is why
tears
you
an
got to go.
Achilles and like
Right.
that could be your window.
But
you just never know.
You shouldn't feel bad about this core, is what I was saying.
Sure.
Even some of the young core, the young players you have that are gaining confidence, like a Tyler Kolek, like I said, like a Dadier. Who knows? I don't know what he's going to look like next year. Maybe he takes a leap.
He don't know what he's gonna look like next year.
Like, that's the thing. You got these young guys out here right now. They're still playing hard.
Yeah.
Bang. This is crazy.
Cleveland does have some things. Like Jared Allen's gonna be one that they can move if they want to, but they might not even have to because Schroeder's got $14 million and then non-guaranteed the next year. So maybe you move him. You probably do. Strus is an expiring 16.6. Merrill's got $9 million and then 9.8 and then 10. But like,
Man, Liberty lost again.
they have tradable contracts.
3 in a row.
Did you see AZ Fudd?
Yesterday? Jeez,
Oh
yeah.
my
Ooh.
God.
She had her breakout game. Liberty, that's
Woo!
Liberty
No,
3 in a row. that
Dallas,
they've lost.
Dallas looks pretty ready. I'm
I
not
didn't.
gonna lie.
I didn't like the Liberty heading into the season from a
But
week.
here's the-
Off season was so like I mean, you saw how Breonna Stewart was playing because I went to a couple of those unrivaled games too.
Okay.
Like yeah, no.
Oh yeah, I missed you at the
Like Philly.
I thought getting
No, did you go to one in Brooklyn?
no,
I
I went.
Okay,
no.
you went to one in Philly.
Yeah.
Okay.
getting Satu was
Somewhere.
great, but I was like, there's something about this team.
But here's now Satu's come back, Sab's come back, and I think they're readjusting. I warned about this though on the Liberty Lately show I do with Madeline Kenny. I kind of warned about this. I said I think this team will be really good, probably better at the end of the season. But when they get the ladies back, it's going to take some adjusting. And I think you saw them flowing where it was just Stewie and JJ.
Sure.
And Pauline Astier was playing good. Now she's there. I think now it's a readjustment. Now what sucks is they started a 7-game homestand. They've
Right.
lost the first 3 games
Right.
of the 7-game homestand. That's not good. I think the record is now
Sab's first game back was yesterday.
yesterday.
Okay.
So now they're 3-4. They're now below 500. So
you
it's
got
gonna be
Phoenix
interesting.
twice coming up Wednesday and Friday.
Yep.
So.
And I will be at that
Kavitha will be at the
Friday game
game.
now that I have no Knicks.
Yeah,
to worry
you said
about.
Wednesday and Friday. Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting week.
I just when you said that, Kavitha, it just dawned on me. We don't have another watch party until next Wednesday.
That's Wednesday.
Until June 3rd.
Oh my God.
We are free.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Now, there's always work to do, but
The
Right.
Wednesday check would have been nice.
I like getting time to do some other stuff.
You're gonna do something. You and I will probably reconvene after we have a Western Conference
Then
champion.
we'll know. Which will likely be early. There'll be some time to do. There'll be a lot of time.
I
to
mean,
do some
now
things.
unfortunately, the winner will be declared Thursday or Saturday, which doesn't make it
Easy.
I'm not gonna peel behind the curtain, but
Yeah.
it's harder to do stuff on weekends. That's like extensive, but we'll figure it out. We got time.
We'll figure some stuff out. I see the
Probably
fans
Monday or something.
The fans are getting really excited in the chat. Let everybody know. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. After this is done, we're going to reset about 5 minutes. We'll be right back with the post-game show for you guys to break this down. We are probably not going to be as long as we usually are tonight. We'll have Bryan Lewis join us. Kavitha will be here with us. We will talk. We'll take some questions. We'll see who's named Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I would assume that will be Jalen Brunson. We'll see what else is going on.
Mikal had a shot and he blew it today.
Yeah, he's a
Mikal. He finally just.
Yeah, he finally came, I guess, back down to earth.
Mikal Bridges led the Knicks in field goal attempts. Unbelievable.
The Knicks had tonight 3 players with double-digit rebounds.
So this was I was looking at this too. Double-digit rebounds. Look at how spread out the scoring is, though.
It's beautiful.
OJ with 17, Cat with 19, Mikal even with 5, Josh Hart's got 6, Jalen, JB's got 15, and then you go down. Mitch has 8. Dottie has 6. I'm just laughing at the fact that he's up there.
Your boy
Shamit is 16. Deuce is 11. Like,
Kolek was 6. Alvarado with 4. Alvarado had some huge steals in this game. Yeah, this offense, and you even see when the guys are coming off the bench, they're still with that same flow, movement, energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're showing the highlights on the TV right now from the last time the Knicks went to the finals in '99.
Spike with that
First time
camcorder.
in 27 years.
It's just
Crazy.
Yeah, I remember watching that
this
game
team so well.
Yeah, I remember that game so well. I remember watching that game, and yeah, that was a fun time in high school, man.
Mm-hmm.
Brunson's definitely getting MVP.
Yeah.
Just looking at the stats leading up to it, I was like, I wanted to be sure, but yeah.
Brunson also got NBA Cup MVP, correct?
Mm-hmm.
He got that. I believe he got that as well too.
This feels like so long ago.
But I'm rooting for this so much with the Knicks. Like, I want to see them be the first team to have the double to win the NBA Cup and the title. I just want to see it.
Do you think it would lend legitimacy to the NBA Cup?
Yeah.
Is that why?
I don't think it shouldn't need to. But I think a lot of American sports fans are just so lasered in how it's only about the one trophy and not about anything else.
Is this a real picture?
I will say that I slightly disagree with you on that because not because I think it's like championship or bust, but because this team is not the same team it was in December. The Spurs team, if we end up playing them
not the same.
in the finals, is not the same team that we beat in the Cup final either. So
true. I think legitimacy might be the wrong word here, but I know why you chose it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not knocking you for choosing it here because there are people who don't think it's legitimate.
no, it's like put respect on the NBA Cup kind of like the whole debate about the banner.
I've always felt like with the NBA Cup, it's just like, you know, I get it, like somebody who watches European soccer, all the trophies are not major, they're not valued the same. But there's tiers to it, and you understand what it is.
That's a really good, soccer's a really good analogy for that, yeah.
The only thing that makes things something valuable, really and truly, is time. Right? Time and generations of people watching something or seeing someone win it.
Yeah.
So what I do think could happen in this way, maybe it's not that there'll be a generation of somebody out here who's 10 years old that's a Knicks fan is watching this, and they're going to remember this season that that they won the NBA Cup and the championship, or some kids playing are going to have seen this, and somebody else that's young that's going to play professional basketball and say, I want to do that too.
What's the kids who are only born with social media, like those are digital natives? We're about to have NBA Cup native fans?
Yeah, you are.
That's fair.
And they're going to
If you've only lived in a world in which the NBA Cup was a thing and the Knicks win a chip while also winning that, then that is it's the only world that you've known.
Right.
It's fair.
Right. I think that's more of what I see for it. In that way. You are 100% right, though, that the teams, the Knicks, and even if it's the Spurs, they are not the same teams that they were then. But the argument might be made, something like that can push you to further growth.
That's fair.
Through a season.
Yeah.
Not that it always will.
I
but
mean,
it
more
could.
like as analysts or as fans, we can't really extrapolate very much from
you
a
can't.
December series, whether it's the Cup or not.
No, because I think the Knicks are light years, and just the way they're playing is different. The defense is different. The offense is different than they were playing in the NBA Cup. I think it mattered that they played high-stakes games, but yeah. But what a just, oh, God, I can't believe 37 points. Like, I didn't see this coming, a 37-point victory.
Bryan was unbothered from tip.
He was. Unbothered. Bryan could go to Cat's Deli right now and get himself a pastrami sandwich.
There'll still be a line. Among the celebrities in Cleveland rooting for the Cavs today.
I saw Vivek. Is that
Vivek
what?
Ramaswamy.
Was he?
He's from Ohio.
That's right. The Knicks
it's not like
are in the NBA Finals, people. Kavitha, the closer,
Apparently.
has done
All right,
it again.
I'll take the pressure.
All Kavitha, if you need a series clinched, closed, Kavitha Davidson is who you call. And the Knicks, they're
All right,
going
so
to
I
the
won't be able to
finals.
afford NBA Finals tickets, so I'll be here.
I expected you to be in the building. We might have to bring you back. You know, we have to bring back all the winners for the
Oh
finals.
my God!
That's
I
what we
just
might have
thought
to do.
how oh my God, the prices for Game 3 and 4.
I looked it up yesterday. 3,600 to get in the building.
I mean,
Just to get in.
Now here's the thing, because Dola knows this, people are going to pay for it.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's okay, and we should clarify that's game time because obviously those are people who have their postseason package who are putting them on the secondary market because they're obviously not face value on sale at Ticketmaster yet.
capitalism.
36 inches.
The 3,600 to get in the door.
That's
First
crazy.
team in NBA history with 3 series clinching 20-point wins in a single
Just a
postseason.
wild
Like
stat.
how good the Knicks are playing.
There's so many stats like this
Yeah,
from
'cause-
this run.
Because they're playing that good. They are that good. Like, they're doing what they're supposed to do. Like, they're just playing that good. It's really, really amazing. Duncan Stewart says 130 over 93, just like my blood pressure. Get that down, brother. That's not good. Get that blood pressure down. It could be worse, but not good. Wesley, shout out to our guy Wesley to start spreading the news. Start spreading the broom, because the broom is here. We can officially
got the
sweep.
broom.
Officially sweep. But here's what we're gonna-
Dex was doing this in the second quarter.
Yeah, I
was.
brought out the
He
broom in the
was.
second
Yeah.
quarter.
If you missed
So,
it earlier.
You can't. Kitten Face has got the broom out. Here's what we're going to do. The other link is up on the New York Post Sports YouTube channel for the post-game show. We're going to take a very quick break, then we'll be back to the post-game show. Got to stretch my legs, hit the bathroom, the other stuff. We'll be back to break it all down. Bryan Lewis will be joining us. We will let you know who is the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and we'll talk a little about who might be better for
We're
the Knicks to
waiting
play.
with bated breath, not knowing who will be the Eastern Conference
No
Finals.
idea who that's
We have
going to be.
no idea.
No,
idea
this
that's gonna be.
entire night has been full of anticipation.
Full of
guys.
anticipation.
Full of surprises
Full of
tonight.
surprises. Maybe some of the conversations we had were surprising, but not the outcome of this game. All right, we're going to be back after this. We'll take a quick break. We'll catch you guys in the post-game show. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you on the post-game show in a few minutes. Peace.
And thanks for watching New York Got Game. Boom shakalaka.